GOAT just retired.
Yeah, I know, right? Nah, come on, bro. Okay, you said let me go to some old wrestling pay-per-views, you feel me? But what's good, everybody? A very special stream, WWE stream. You know what I'm saying? As the GOAT retires of my generation, Brandon's generation, WWE Saturday Night Main Event. Brandon, say what's up to the people.
What's good, everybody? We got a little bit of barn burner for you in this pod episode. It's funny because he didn't even fucking play the. I don't know if you're gonna play the intro now, but he didn't even play the intro. He just wants to get straight to business. We got a lot of things to talk about just because CENA retired.
I promise you, next year, or maybe even like, I'm gonna make a fucking intro for WWE. I'm going to. Well, I don't know because this might be the last WWE stream we ever do, but
this will be our third and last, maybe. We'll see. But at least we're getting straight to business. Just because John Cena is gone and he's done doesn't mean that there's not work to do. All right, there's a member, RJ. He has a creed, a motto: hustle, loyalty, respect. And that's what we're doing on this fine Saturday night.
Absolutely, 100%. Now, Brandon, do you want to start off positively or negatively?
I was gonna tell you that. I was gonna ask you the same question. I think we should start out positive. I know it's nice to start out negative and start going, swinging and everything. But you know what? Let's let this retirement breathe. All right, we need to breathe. There's tears, some tears. Maybe not for you, RJ, but like subconsciously, there's tears. We gotta breathe a little bit.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say this. All right. Let's just start off. Bye to Cena. Much respect. Goodbye, Sooners next week. Much disrespect to that. Where you hiding? You're a no life. We have begun the jobber era. That's a fact. TOP. What's good, Evan? Horrible ending, but the ending was deserved. I'm Evan. Yeah. But Brandon, your favorite Cena moment?
I just want to say real quick to give my quick reaction to the match. Okay. Yeah, not too happy that that's the way he lost. He was gonna lose anyway, and that's fine. He said, "I'm here, motherfucker." I knew he was gonna lose, but that's just not the way I wanted to see it. But at the end of the day, Cena was never gonna win that match. He never wanted to win the last match. He wasn't gonna let I understand why they did what they did. Whatever, I can let it go. And he got his ovation. I wish it was on like a WrestleMania or something, or like I wish it was different. But unfortunately, that's the era of WWE we're in now. But
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. But overall, thank you, Cena. You don't even have to. I was telling people all week, John Cena retiring this week, and a lot of people were like, "Yeah, I know," and a lot of them don't even watch wrestling. People who didn't watch wrestling ever were still like, "Damn, John Cena's retired," because it's not just what he did in the squared circle, but like we know who John Cena. Like everybody saw John Cena and everything, and I was just like, the man's from what I know, obviously, because I don't know the man personally, but from what we all know, he's a great man. With the kids and all these things. So his service is beyond wrestling. Hell, he's low key a Marine, RJ. But we're not gonna talk about that. But the point is, it's sad to see him go. But it's sad and happy. It's happy. We could talk about it's happy later. But
yeah, we definitely will. We
definitely will. As far as my favorite Cena moment, listen, there are a lot of Cena moments that are dope as hell. And I have a funny one. This is not my favorite. This isn't my answer, but I do have a funny one. You know what my funniest Cena moment was?
Go ahead.
When Zack Ryder was in the wheelchair watching him kiss Eve Torres. Something about that was just so fucking hilarious watching Zack Ryder's little heart break. And then the way they buried Zack Ryder at the time, it was just so funny that's just replaying in my head. That's like my funniest John Cena moment, at least like that I watched live. Obviously, I've seen a lot of Cena moments besides that. Favorite John Cena moment for real though? TOP mentions the Royal Rumble. That's a really good one. I think it's a mix of his just WrestleMania entrances in general. I mean, they were creative, like the one with all the John Cenas, doing the "You Can't See Me," or him with the car. I think it was the Eddie Guerrero one that he was coming out with the car.
That was when he had the Mafia. He was versus Shawn Michaels. Yep.
Yeah,
Well, no,
yeah,
he
yeah.
had two of them. He had the one where
No,
he came
he had the
with
one he was drifting and everything, and then he had the one with the Tommy guns.
okay, the Tommy guns. Who was that against? I forgot.
I don't remember, but
Yeah.
those are some. I think I can't say specifically what moment, but I can tell you it's his WrestleMania entrances in general because it was creative and, like I said, it was. You can tell when a star is being built like that. At least at the time, obviously he's way past the star.
All right. My favorite John. Now, obviously, there's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard for me to pick one. I'm assuming yours as well too.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite John Cena moment is in 2017 when him and Roman Reigns versed, I believe, at No Mercy. Roman Reigns beat John Cena, and the crowd is like booing them. But then John Cena's on the ground. He's like on the ground, like fatigued. He's tired, and the crowd realizes, like, damn, this guy's getting old. People forget. People still, this whole Cena sucks thing was still going on at the time. So he was on the ground, fatigued, and he's looking up at the crowd, and people are like, they're like, shit, this guy's getting old. We don't know how much time we have left. And the crowd started cheering for him. He just put over Roman Reigns, who at that time was the WWE was really trying to push. And then the whole crowd at No Mercy was chanting, "Thank you, Cena." That's my favorite moment because that's when kind of like people stop. Because I feel like after there was a legit reason to hate Cena, but I feel like it became kind of like, okay, you guys are doing too much. I feel like that ended that like, okay, let's appreciate this guy for what he's done, which he's done a lot for the company. So that's my personal favorite moment.
It basically, the fans stopped being, stupid and actually appreciated what they had in front of their eyes, which is a problem with most fans, not just in wrestling, but in general, like any sport. Well, sports entertainment, but you get what I mean. But in any product, they do that. And then it was nice. I know what you're talking about. It's nice to see them finally appreciate, greatness. And then he gave us 8 more years because I remember everybody was like, damn, how long does John Cena have? I remember it was around that time it was his birthday. I think his birthday's in April, if I'm not mistaken, something like that, or August 1 or 2, something like that. And what was it? He deadlifted or something he did with a lot of weight for his 42nd birthday. I don't remember the fucking birthday was, but something around there. But anyways, at the time it was like, yo, John Cena, I can't believe he's that old. Yeah, he's doing this, but like he might just have a couple years left. And a couple years turns to 8 more years. And
he wasn't wrestling. Like he was wrestling here and there, appearance here and there, but he wasn't, that was like the end of like Cena being
Super Cena.
Yeah, basically.
And not for nothing, like John Cena, like still, even with that 8 more years, just and I appreciate the way he talked about it. He said, listen, I do this for free, but I just can't anymore. It's kind of like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning retires. Is like, you think Peyton Manning really wants to go? He's just
Kobe.
Yeah. Kobe. All these guys, like, this, and this, it feels weird because obviously wrestling is sports entertainment, but like you can put Cena in conversations with these guys too, because at the end of the day, it takes a lot to do this. And like, these are guys that you need people, and I know you're going to talk about this for sure, but you need people in the game that love the game.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Love is very important. And I just got a very big topic about that later. He's got a lot to say later. I already know. But
I'm gonna need you to fucking call ISO and just give me the ball like I'm Brunson in the 4th quarter, bro.
Shout out to Brunson, who, by the way, was in the tribute package. We don't want to talk about that. We're not gonna talk about the other NBA player there, but he was in the tribute package. For John Cena. So shout out, small, very minute shout out to TKO. Just the smallest, because they're gonna need it. They're gonna need that little.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking need it because all the L's we're about to fucking take a shit on. All right,
take a breather. You got
what's good, Taiji? What's good, Dr. Nugget CM? I think you're new. What's good, bro? What's up, Najee? But Brandon, your favorite Cena rivalry? Who's the guy? Your favorite Cena rivalry?
As I can say, there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. But me personally, because of how much I enjoyed it from an entertainment perspective. Now, granted, you could say this rivalry did damage to the WWE.
Okay.
I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but it did damage to the WWE in a lot of ways that we could talk about maybe another time. But it definitely, like, for me, from an entertainment perspective, especially because I was a kid, it was just it was dope as hell. And it's The Rock and John Cena. For me.
Real? Oh,
It's The
I
Rock
thought you
and
were gonna
John
say
Cena.
Randy. I thought you were gonna say Randy.
No. And I think you know why I'm saying it did some damage though. But
Okay.
it's The Rock and John Cena. It was so entertaining because one, they had real life heat. And
Yeah.
say what you want about John Cena. Like I said, we don't know him personally, but the man seems like a solid man. I was actually watching him on the Joe Rogan podcast earlier this week. Him and Joe Rogan and it was a good podcast. Don't know how anybody feels about Joe Rogan, but at the end of the day, it's John Cena. But John Cena seems like a pretty stand-up man who, he holds himself accountable. Like, one of the things he said was, middle of his career, you could see it on the podcast. He said that the reason he started learning Mandarin, one, because he's obviously a businessman. He's a company man. Was because they were trying to get people to learn the language to get into other markets. And John Cena was like, you know what? I'll step up. I'm in the middle of my career and I'll step up and do it. It's one of those things that it takes a stand-up man to take sacrifices. He sacrificed, not to get into personals, but he sacrificed, having a family and stuff like that for the business at the end of the day. To entertain each and every one of you ungrateful fucks. Like he told you, 9 months ago, how ungrateful you are.
Yeah.
Especially that kid in the crowd, the fat kid. But yeah, so anyways, Rock and Cena. One, there was the beef because obviously the way he felt about The Rock at the time, which then he apologized because, he ended up becoming a hypocrite about it. He admitted it. But that the back and forth, first the match in Miami, the first one, that was one of the greatest matches ever.
I agree.
It was one of the greatest matches ever. 40 minutes of just like icon versus icon, and it's supposed to be the first and only, but whatever.
I just want to remind you, bro, within the next few weeks, that match will be 15 years old.
Oh my God. I was
2011. Yep.
I was 7.
I was 11.
Shit.
No, you weren't 7.
I was 7, 8. Yeah. Because yes, I was.
No, that match, I was 12. You're what? You're 3 years younger than me, so you had to be what?
If it was 2011, because my birthday didn't pass yet, so yeah, I was 7. I was going 7, going on 8.
It was promoted in 2011, but the match happened in 2012. So if I was 12, you had to be what? 10?
Oh, then no. Then I was 8 going on 9. I was 8 going on 9. Yeah, because it was before my birthday, so I was 8 going on 9.
Oh,
it was 2012. Oh yeah. All right, it was 2012.
Isn't your birthday? Your birthday's in April, so that match happened like what, a week before your birthday or some shit?
I think it happened in either early April or mid March, one or two. Because WrestleMania, some of their dates change.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was around that time. So I was essentially 9 years old. Okay. And it's one of the, obviously I was a kid, so I didn't appreciate it as much as the match. But now I'm older and I've watched the match plenty of times, and it's like one of the greatest matches. The Rock, obviously had his part of the beef where I enjoyed it a little bit more because, the singing and all that shit, it was just funny. Mm-hmm. And then John Cena going out, getting his revenge. And granted, they sacrificed everything to do to CM Punk, and, that's, that was some bullshit. But, like, obviously, it was just dope to see. I think that's my favorite. But there's some other ones, too, that, like, obviously, Cena and Orton is, like, that has to be the most iconic out of all his rivalries. Absolutely. Yeah. Somebody mentioned Cena.
I hate to say this, even though I don't like him. Cena and Punk, you gotta put that in there.
Cena and Punk.
Cena, JBL as what's my boy? TOP said Cena, Edge, and JBL, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Some of the greatest. You can't deny it. Hell, even his matches. I'm also a fan of his matches with Roman. I'm not gonna lie.
I was thinking his matches with Roman, and also his matches with AJ Styles.
Yeah, definitely. But me personally, Brandon, my personal favorite rivalry with Cena is something there because these are my two. I feel like Cena's my GOAT, but if there was a close second GOAT, it would be this guy, John Cena versus Batista. Back in the early 2010s was Batista turned heel, beat the shit out of that fucking midget Rey Mysterio. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And that match at WrestleMania was amazing. The whole hype line was amazing. Unfortunately,
the last man standing match.
Yep. And even the quit from from Batista, that's probably my favorite Cena rivalry right there.
Where he still gave him the attitude adjustment.
Yup. When he beat up Bret Hart, like, it was amazing.
That's dope.
Now, Brandon, you didn't put this in here, but your favorite John Cena match.
My favorite John Cena.
If you want time to think, I can go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
My favorite John Cena match has to be John Cena versus Daniel Bryan at 2013 SummerSlam. First of all, that one's very sentimental to me because me and my dad watched that live, so obviously the sentiment's there. But also that Daniel Bryan was good before then, but when he beat Cena clean like he did, that was like, oh shit. I still remember, like, my dad was laughing. I was like, oh shit, this guy's legit. Because let's be for real, Brandon. We all know Daniel Bryan was great in the ring, but he was kind of like, oh, look at the GOAT, haha. Like, he was taken seriously after that.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to be my favorite John Cena.
And that's where a lot of John Cena, like, there was hate for John Cena before that. That's where a lot of John Cena's hate came from too, though. Because him, Mr. Super Cena. Yeah. I got you. Around that same time period, I think for me personally, it's going to be John Cena versus CM Punk at SummerSlam, where Triple H was the guest referee.
Was that when Punk returned with the title? Yeah.
That's when Punk returned with the title. Because and actually, I have two of them, and they're both CM Punk, and it'll be the one where CM Punk won and he left. Both of those, but I'll start with the Money in the Bank one, where he beat CM Punk. Where CM Punk beat him and everything, right? Because again, I'm thinking of the match that encapsulates what Cena is as the character,
Yep.
That's the lowest respect. Obviously, he was the champion during the Money in the Bank one, and it's funny because like watching Vince trying to like save. It reminds me of kind of like Dana White, but like watching Vince trying to like save Cena, and then what's his fucking face? John Laurinaitis? Yeah, John Laurinaitis comes out. Was it him or was it? I think it was John Laurinaitis. Yeah, it comes out.
Is John Laurinaitis or Triple H? I don't remember.
No, John Laurinaitis. And I remember John Laurinaitis came out and Cena punched him in the face and ended up losing the match, obviously. But that's one of them for me personally because, again, he wanted to win clean. Didn't happen. Whatever. And then the SummerSlam one because, obviously, that's when CM Punk comes back. And this is after John Cena fucking buries Rey Mysterio. He buries Rey Mysterio the same day Rey Mysterio wins the belt, and then obviously CM Punk comes back. Oh, I'm the real champion, and they have such a great match. And I remember it was gonna end in count out, and Triple H was like, "No, fuck this." Threw them both back in the ring, made them fight just to not see his foot on the rope in the end. And I just felt like those were just perfect moments of John Cena's career. There's a lot of other, I think, what match has the most aura in John Cena's career to me?
Which one?
The RVD one. And the RVD one.
I was actually watching that like a month ago. That definitely.
Because that was like the first time the crowd was actually against John Cena ever.
That's not the first time. That's not the first time.
But like that was the biggest time up to that point where the crowd was like really against John Cena. And I think that match has like the most aura. I put an honorable mention. Fucking John Cena and Randy. Watching John Cena and Randy Orton fight in a fucking, what do you call it? Oh my God, the cage.
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. Yeah, watching them fight in the Hell in a Cell is dope. Now I'm thinking I'm going real back, and I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of matches that I like. Like you were talking about the Batista one. I really like the Last Man Standing, just the way it went out for him. The Last Man Standing match was dope as hell.
I think in my opinion, the most aura one he had might have been honestly The Rock. The Rock, because that was like a collab of two generations. That was kind of like Hogan and The Rock going at it. Like, ironically, The Rock being Hulk Hogan and stuff, but I feel like that's like when I had goosebumps watching. And once again, shout out to my pops for buying that pay-per-view. But I had goosebumps watching that, So I mean that RVD one's a great mention as well too.
I mean, the Miami match in WrestleMania, like I said, yeah, that's definitely up there for like the most aura too. I mean, he comes out with MGK and I forgot her name, the girl, and then Rock comes out with Florida, and it was just dope as hell. Now I'm like, John Cena really gave us so many great moments.
And then also honorable mention for favorite matches, John Cena versus essentially DX in a triple threat match when Shawn Michaels super kicked Triple H out of the ring and like Cena's sitting there. It turned into a meme. That's the meme where like Cena's looking confused. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Triple H versus John Cena, Night of Champions. I think it was like 2010 or somewhere around there. It was champion versus champion. I love that match as well too. So definitely some good ones. 2015 triple threat match with Brock and Seth. That was a good one as well too.
You know, it was another good match with Seth. Was when he was just fighting Seth for the Intercontinental?
No, it was for U.S. title.
The U.S. title, but that was a good match. Was that the one on?
When Seth had the all white on?
Yeah. The all white. That was a good match in general. And that's another thing with John Cena. Like, he talked about how, everybody used to say you can't wrestle because of the 5 moves of doom. So towards the end of his career, he started just doing some extra shit. That's where he did the springboard stunner and some of the high flying stuff. He's like, because he listens to the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
He picks and chooses when to listen to the crowd, of course, as you should.
Yeah, as you should. Now, Brandon, your favorite John Cena? Well, no. Where does John Cena rank all time?
I'm not trying.
I want you to answer this in 2 questions: and your personal ranking, and then unbiasedly personal ranking.
Let me ask you: when we do this, does his influence outside the WWE matter, or we're talking just in WWE?
Absolutely, 100%. That's what WWE is about. What influence did you have outside of WWE?
All right.
Absolutely, the whole 9.
So we're putting everything in perspective.
Yes.
There's a lot of guys.
Is this biased or unbiasedly? You got to answer. You got to answer both. If you need time to think, I can.
No, I got you.
All right, go ahead.
Listen, all right. Biasly, as far as my favorite wrestlers, John Cena. Fuck. He's either got to be Rushmore or 5th, or just right off Rushmore. He's got to be one of the 2.
Wow, so he might not even make your Mount Rushmore.
Because for me, you got Stone Cold. Love Stone Cold. Okay. Undertaker. I mean, that's self-explanatory. It's Undertaker.
Yeah.
You got to, I might have to put, for me personally, The Rock, just because The Rock also had, it was The Rock.
Yeah.
Depending how you feel about Hulk, I mean, you could also say Hulk, but obviously, like, I think John Cena takes the cake as far as that.
Wait, this is your personal?
I'm thinking of the good dudes that I put on my personal Rushmore, but I'm not. He's either Rushmore or not. But you got Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's the recency bias talking, but I can definitely put him on 4th on my Rushmore and be happy with it. As far as unbiased, John Cena is either 1 or 2. All right, he's either LeBron or Jordan, because I mean his reach, like I said, his reach has gone beyond, I think, more than anybody really. Like, I want to say, why I love Stone Cold so much is because not only was he great at what he did, he was great on the mic, but the whole WCW thing, like, that was big for the company. WWE does not exist without that.
Yep.
So it's like, I cannot not put Stone Cold there. And same thing for Taker as well. But, like, those guys, much as I love them both, they don't have the reach outside of sports or sports entertainment. They don't have that same reach. It's because Cena reached the kids. When you reach the kids, like, that's what I'm not saying Stone Cold and then Taker never reached the kids, but not nearly as much as John Cena. The man has like 1,000 Make-A-Wish promises that he made, whatever you call it. He did it like crazy. You just can't beat that. So he's either 1 or 2. And I'm fine with listen, they call him the greatest of all time right now because, obviously he retired and has 17 championships and all that. I'm fine with saying he's the greatest of all time because, again, like RJ said, reach matters. It really does. And I can't think of somebody who's that, like Hulk Hogan is that influential too, because Hulk Hogan also reached the kids back in his day too. You know, they had the bean burritos, the big ass the body pillows, not the one you sleep with, Kaiju, but like the body pillows that you used to, throw out the fucking off the couch and then do a elbow drop or some shit.
Yeah. Back when boys were able to be boys. But unbiasedly, John Cena is my number 2. Number 1 is Hulk Hogan. Listen, John Cena is just the 2000s era of Hulk Hogan. If there's no Hulk Hogan, there's no John Cena. It's just hell, John Cena even said he got influenced by fucking Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was very influential. I mean, bro, you even have people our generation. Now, granted, I understand, a lot of people were hating and a lot of people were loving Hulk Hogan. But Hulk Hogan, when he passed away, there was a lot of people that were reacting, whether it's negatively or positively, people were reacting. You feel me? And I'm going to keep it real. Hulk Hogan was the face of 2 companies, WCW and WWE. So you can't, and I'm not knocking Cena for not being the face of any other company. Like, that's not his fault. But when Hulk Hogan did that late drop on whoever it fucking was on WCW, that was fucking iconic. It still gets talked about to this day. Now, biasly, John Cena's probably, I'm going to keep it real with you. Man. John Cena's probably he's probably my top 5. But
see, exactly. Yeah, he might be Rushmore, he might not.
Randy Orton, Batista are definitely above him. I love Daniel Bryan, man. Daniel Bryan, bro. People forget peak Daniel Bryan. Like,
what about Triple H?
Triple H is a good one as well, too. Undertaker.
Rock.
Damn, Cena might not be in my top 5. No, he has to be. He has to be. Batista's definitely above him. Cena could be 2. I have no problem. I fucking love Batista, but Cena could be 2.
That's the hard thing too. A lot of these guys are interchangeable because it really depends on your mood too. Because like, if I want to watch a John Cena match, that's what I'm going to do. If I want to watch an Undertaker match, that's what I'm going to do. That's a lot of these guys are interchangeable. And that's why I said, like, I'm cool with him being 4 or 5 in my personal list, and then I'm cool with him being 1 or 2. You put him at 2 behind Hulk Hogan, and I fully agree. That's cool. I feel like 1, 2, and 3 got to be some type of mix of Hulk. If we're talking unbiased, like the reach and everything, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, I would think Ric Flair. No,
I would say The Rock. I would say Rock. I love Ric Flair. Oh man!
All right, Flair's top 5 somewhere in there. If unbiased, like,
you know what Ric Flair is? He's like to bring up a great product that we preach, the NBA. Ric Flair is like Bill Russell. Like Bill Russell to NBA. Everybody knows Bill Russell as an NBA fan, but I don't feel like if you went on the streets right now, you would know who Bill Russell is. That's who Ric Flair is.
Hold on. People know who Ric Flair is. You go on the streets.
I don't know about that, bro.
Like, if you ask like young kids, even with young kids, yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Bill Russell, I get it. Like, but like, I understand your Bill Russell comp up until you talk about like that, because I think Ric Flair is.
I don't think people know who Ric Flair is.
I definitely think they do.
Like, no one ever talks about Ric Flair ever as the greatest, and I think he's the GOAT unbiasedly.
Really? You think nobody talks about him as the greatest?
No, I don't. You never hear about. I think people know about Ric Flair because of John Cena. Hey, is he gonna break Ric Flair's record? But these kids never like look up Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like Bill Russell. Kids will see Bill Russell's name in some fucking crazy shit, but they won't look up Bill Russell and look up the history of it, which the Unfiltered Sports podcast did, and we're gonna be doing our top 75 thing. A little plug right there, Ren. But at the end of the day, I don't think. I mean, other than that Travis Scott song or whoever made that song and John Cena, no one really talks about Ric Flair. I mean, the guy won 16 championships. No one has him in the top 5. I never heard anybody say Ric Flair in their top 5.
Well, like I said, because it's very interchangeable, like with a lot of things. He said Ric Flair is more like Dr. J.
That's a good comp. That's a great comp. I say Bill Russell.
I could take that a little. You think Dr. J is more known than Bill Russell?
Yeah. because of the impact he made.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe this is all anecdotal, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people know who Ric
Well,
Flair
I
is.
said Bill Russell because Bill Russell has the championship, just like Ric
Yeah,
Flair
I
has
guess
the
it's right.
championships. So
I mean,
I'm gonna keep
overall though, we have Cena like 1 and 2, like just because the reach. I mean, you can't stop that.
I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, you had people who stopped watching WWE years ago watching this. You know what I'm saying?
But Hulk, you can definitely have Hulk above him. John Cena was the next Hulk Hogan. So obviously, well, now we gotta look for who's the next John Cena, RJ.
Well, before we get to that, Brandon, it's been good, talking about this, all being positive. Shout out to John Cena, childhood hero. You know what I'm saying?
RJ has the floor.
But
pay attention, people. Pay attention.
Brandon, can I call ISO real quick? I'm calling ISO. I'm Brunson right now.
The ball's yours. Shot clock. You take the whole shot clock.
You know what I'm saying? I might go above the shot clock. The ball might not even. I don't give a fuck if it hits 0.
Right, you want to play Harden? You want to play Harden? Play Harden. Go ahead. You want to play Brunson? Play Brunson. You want to play fucking? Go ahead.
All right, bet.
It's your quarter.
Fuck TKO. All right, a big fuck you to TKO. I fucking hate TKO, and I am so happy John Cena is gone from this fucking company. You know why? Not because Cena's gone. Do I love Cena? Of course. Do I want to see Cena wrestle? Absolutely. But I want to see TKO fail so fucking much that I want Cena gone. I want Randy gone. I want Drew McIntyre. I want anybody who I like in the company. Hell, I don't even like this guy, but I know he brings ratings. I want CM Punk to retire tomorrow. Shout out to AJ Styles for fucking retiring next year because I want this company to fucking fail. You ruined. This was the last straw. I want someone in the comment section. I don't care if it's Kaiju, TOP, YTC. Hell, Brandon, if you want to do this, I want someone to timestamp this. You guys ready? Timestamp this shit in the fucking comments when I'm done streaming. This is the last WWE event I will ever watch in my fucking life. I don't care if Cena comes back. You can revive Hulk Hogan. You can have Stone Cold. You can have The Rock all fucking doing a triple threat match for the fucking WWE title. I will not fucking watch. TKO, you suck massive dick. You suck massive dick. You are just like the fucking NFL, but just in sports entertainment.
Hold on. Time out.
Go ahead.
Before I forget this, I just want to, because somebody's trying to take a little victory lap, and I know you gave them credit last time, and I'm going to shit on that real quick before you keep on shitting. You got to, I want to give you a little breather, too. Kaiju. Not that Kaiju's important, but just because there's a lot of people like Kaiju. Who's like, oh, yeah, I hate WWE and all that stuff, blah, 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 whatever, fine. And I guess by the way it turned out, makes it seem like, Kaiju may agree with you or whatever, but dog, you were on this fucking I hate WWE before it was even really bad. It's not because you don't hate it because of TKO. You don't hate it because of any of these things. All right, you hated it before it was fucking bad. We still had the Bloodline era that was dope as fuck, which was just RJ. It was just 3 years ago. Funny enough, that's the crazy part. The fall from grace that WWE has taken the last 3 years. That is just, it's incredible. But you hated it before it was even bad. So you get half credit. The only reason you got any credit is because association. But don't act like you knew this shit was coming, because you didn't. TKO definitely has their faults.
Fuck TKO. I can't. My bad to cut you off, bro, but this was my final fucking straw with these fucking guys. And what's crazy, Brandon? I think it was SummerSlam just a few months ago. We were talking, should we give TKO credit? And you understood you understood my skepticism, and this is fucking why. John Cena, the greatest of all time, at least number 2, which makes him the greatest of all time. There's no shame in saying you're number 2. You fuck up this retirement tour so fucking bad. First of all, I have no problem with John Cena turning heel. That's where the problem is. I have zero problem with John Cena turning heel. But you include, I don't care if it's The Rock's fault. I don't care if it's TKO's fault.
Triple H's fault.
Rock. I don't even give a fuck. And we're going to talk about Triple H in a few minutes. But I don't care whose fault it is. You involve The Rock. You make him fucking come to WrestleMania. He's just as important as fucking him turning heel. No problem with him turning heel. The heel run started off slow, but I have no problem with that. Then it starts picking up. Cena's actually being a fucking heel. He's cursing out kids in the fucking crowd. He beats Cody Rhodes. He's doing his shit. This is finally what we're fucking getting. And when it starts being good on a run of fucking couple nights before SummerSlam, you turn him face. Which I didn't say anything about because even me and Brandon were talking about it. Hey, he's just doing this because, he's going to, turn heel on Cody, whatever. No. Instead, you have him come out and fucking get F5 by Brock Lesnar, which the match itself lasted 13 fucking seconds, and that heel turn was for no fucking reason. After that, I did not give a fuck about John Cena anymore. This is my first time watching him since fucking SummerSlam. I did not fucking care because TKO literally just had a fucking blank sheet of paper where they literally said, hey, we're going to do a check mark of everything that we need to do before Cena leaves. Turn him heel? Check. Make him win the Intercontinental Championship? Check. Have him fight AJ Styles, Randy Orton, CM Punk? Check. This shit was not planned out. This shit was just thrown together, and that is fucking disrespectful to the fans. That's disrespectful to John Cena, and that's disrespectful towards me, who's a big Cena fan, who actually gave you little fags in Saudi Arabia a fucking chance. You fags at TKO a fucking chance. Triple H, I'm going to talk about you because I do feel like you take a lot of blame, but you fucking fag, you should have stepped in and said, no, if not, I'm stepping down because this is fucking disrespectful. Second of all, Cena wants to do over 200, I think it was 226 dates, Brandon, something along those lines. You drop it down to, yeah, and you drop it down to 26 or no, 36 or some shit like that. The guy wants to go out playing every single game like Kobe did his last year. I know it's a sport, whatever, but you get the concept. You drop it down to 36. You waste a fucking pay-per-view with Brock Lesnar on fucking ESPN. And you expect me to fucking sit here and watch your dog shit fucking company. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. That was my last straw. You didn't do anything with Karrion Kross. You fucking ruined the whole Bloodline storyline. You ruined the Judgment Day storyline. This company, you ruined Gunther as well, too, by having him fucking tap out to Jimmy Uso. By the way, I also blame you guys for Jimmy Uso as well, too. The reason why he's getting
Jay Uso, get the twin right.
Oh, my bad. Jay Uso. You ruined Jimmy as well, too. By fucking ruining Jay as well, too. The reason why Jay is fucking hated is because of you guys. You guys are no better than Vince and Kenny McMahon. I want to say this right here, right now. Say what you want about the guy outside of the ring. I don't give a fuck. Vince McMahon, at his worst, is 10 times fucking better than TKO, whoever the fuck is running this shit show. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. John Cena's retirement tour would have been way fucking better than what WWE currently did now. At the end of the day, people don't want to accept this. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, fucking I don't care anybody. All the John Cena, even Jay and Jimmy. You have to find the talent. Vince McMahon did. Fucking Vince McMahon found the whole Samoan bloodline, for crying out loud. TKO, you guys suck, and you guys will not be around within the next 10 years. I hope your company goes to fucking hell. You guys fucking suck dick. I piss on you. I shit on you. Fuck Saudi Arabia. Fuck TKO. Fuck all this shit. I do not care at all. And I want someone to timestamp it earlier. This is my last time watching ever WWE event. I have, Brandon's Peacock. Shout out to Brandon. I'm going, if it's not from 2020, or even if it's not from 2019 downwards, I'm not watching it. Or I'll say from 2025. If it's not from 2025 downwards, I'm not fucking watching it. Because this fucking product is garbage. I unsubscribed from Netflix. I do not give a fuck about this company. It is beyond dog shit.
Wait, RJ, are you saying that you're not going to have ESPN Plus?
Oh, yeah. Well, if I'm doing that, I'm watching the Knicks win the fucking world title. Well, other than that, Brandon, you go ahead. I need to take a
listen. All right. I want to play devil's advocate just for. I know RJ. I know.
Well, there's a reason why they call it devils.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. I just have to. All right. I was gonna ask that too. Good Kaiju just said, but I'll wait for that.
It's on the same part, Kaiju.
Which is not good for the NFL, by the way. If they're the same level, it's not good for them. Well, technically they're both sports entertainment, RJ. But I'm not gonna talk about that. How much of this is John Cena's fault as well?
Zero. Zilch.
Hold
Zero.
on.
Zero.
John, but
I'm gonna explain it.
John Cena partly called the shots on his.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, I disagree 100%. I disagree 100%.
John Cena makes the calls on who he wants to lose to and who he wants to win to in this case for his tour.
That's fine. That's cool. I have no problem with that. Here's the problem though. John Cena didn't want. I promise you, if you were to get John Cena on a ladder test, do you want The Rock in your heel turn? No. Do you want to fucking have Travis Scott in your fucking WrestleMania match? No. Do you want to have a 13-second match with Brock Lesnar? No. Bullshit. Do you want to wrestle 36 dates? No. Absolutely not. Hell no. Fuck no. No. Absolutely fucking not. I blame Cena 0% of this. It's not up to Cena. It's not up to Cena to. He can have ideas, sure, but it's up to WWE to make it fucking work. Just like Vince McMahon fucking did.
All right, but that's the thing too. Like I said, John Cena also controls part of his booking. Yeah, he doesn't control maybe The Rock or I don't know. I think he does control if The Rock is part of it.
No, he doesn't. The Rock owns TKO or some shit like that. They included him in that shit.
Yeah, but like for example with the Bloodline, right? Roman and The Rock was supposed to happen, but because of the backlash, Rock stepped down. And it ended up being, obviously overturned and not, it wasn't Roman versus The Rock. It was The Rock helping out to fight Cody Rhodes and everything like that. So John Cena has enough pull to be able to say, nah, I don't want that in this case. Because also the fans, do you think the fans wanted that like that either? Like
the fans don't matter. And I'm going to keep real with you, Brandon. If this was Vince, maybe. I don't think TKO doesn't respect John Cena as they. The Rock has some partner has some ownership in TKO, so they have to respect his opinion. John Cena, they could be like, "Fuck you, bro." You're missing. You're not missing the point. Is that
I'm only putting it out there. I don't say I agree fully. Just putting it out there.
Go ahead.
Like because it's also bullshit. you could say that they what you call it, that they could be like John Cena, fuck you, but they're not gonna do that. This is John Cena at the end of the day.
Yes, they will.
Not when it comes to their money. They had to retire him eventually. You can't let somebody.
That's a fact. They retired him. That's a fact. They retired. They got their money. But all this shit that's going on right now, I think Cena did want to turn heel. I truly believe that. But including The Rock, and I don't think Cena wanted to turn face 2 days before SummerSlam. I don't believe that at all. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
That's a tough one.
But even if Cena had his ideas, it's up to TKO to look at the better good. Like, if the player's injured and he still wants to keep fighting, it's up to the coach to say no. No.
I mean, yeah, that's at the end of the day, even if John Cena, you don't have to agree that he does. I think John Cena, does he have, like, a lot of blame? No. I think John Cena takes, like, for me, 5%. I think he got something just because at the end of the day, he controls somewhat of his booking. And there are things that, like John Cena losing to Gunther, for example. He knows he wants, like, it's not just WWE that wants Gunther to win, but John Cena also chose that. So it's like something like that, right? Maybe he's like, you know what? I'm cool with them letting him put me to sleep for my last match. Shit like that, which is obviously leaves a sour taste in people's mouths because that's not the way you want to see him lose. If you're gonna lose, but like
I have no problem with that. My problem is you ruined Gunther by having him lose to Jay in a sleeper hold. And he's been this is my problem with TKO. You had something with Gunther. I'm watching Gunther. I love Gunther. The fucking, you watch this match when they're chanting. When's the last time a heel got a asshole chant like that? A TKO guy. Not Roman, not Cena, no, a TKO guy. It's Gunther. But Gunther's so fucking ruined. And even if him beating Goldberg, putting Goldberg and Cena in retirement, I still think TKO is going to fuck it up somehow, some way. So I'm not even fucking excited for it. I'm not.
I think Gunther saying that they play their cards right, Gunther's going to have that.
So good luck with that. You have fun watching that.
I'm just putting it out there that they're going to, I mean, I'm not watching, but I'm just saying they could turn this into like a Roman Reigns situation. You know how Roman, at the end of the day, he was hated and whatnot. Like, Gunther right now will be hated because of what happened tonight, which is one of those things that it's going to put a little damper on his career. But they can fix that later on. Like, I just don't know how because, again, TKO is just terrible.
They won't. They never fix anything else. What if they fixed ever in their fucking. They didn't fix this. They didn't fix the fucking bloodline. They didn't fix the Judgment Day. They didn't. Damian Priest is fucking irrelevant now. Listen. I'm not. Am I saying Damian Priest is great? No. But what I'm saying is that with the Judgment Day, he was amazing. Other than Dominic and even Rhea, to a certain extent, has lost her fucking. She's lost her her little mojo. She kind of has. I don't give a fuck about Rhea. I don't. I just fucking don't. She was on top of the world. People, all these facts saying, yeah, I want to be with mommy. I want to be with mommy. Other than Dominic, who's a natural heel, no one cares. Nobody.
Okay. What about Triple H? I asked how much blame John Cena gets. How much blame does Triple H get?
Triple H gets, me personally, TKO gets, if percentage, TKO gets 75% of the fucking blame. 70 fucking 5. TKO is dog shit. It is fucking trash. It is garbage. I want it to burn just like I want the NFL to fucking burn. It is ruined wrestling. Just like what we say with the NFL. And listen, we're doing this we're not talking, obviously we know WWE is fake. NFL's real, but we're talking business to business. It's the same thing with the NFL. You built your sport off of having big hits and nuances in different teams. In WWE, you built your fucking company off of storylines and characters. All your storylines suck. All the characters that are not WWE guys suck. Karrion Kross is not in the company anymore. Why not? Even though Karrion Kross but
you're that angry. You're that angry.
Karrion Kross is
I know.
Gunther was cool.
You're that angry right now. You're beating a dead horse. Hold on.
Yeah, it is a dead horse.
Triple H. How much Triple H?
75%. And Triple H, I'm going to keep it real with you. I give him 10% of it. So what is that, 85? I give him 10%. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and this is a hot take. When and if Triple H steps down, it's going to be even more worse than what it is. That's why I'm getting off the ship right now. I feel like Triple H doesn't have. He's just Triple H is the Nico Harris of the WWE. I said it right fucking here. Wow. I honestly fucking believe that.
Who was Luca? Who was Luca?
Luca's fucking John Cena. He's just
no. I think there's somebody else you can use as Luca, like almost like a Karrion Kross or some shit like that. Because Cena's like a. Obviously John Cena is John Cena. It's what was Luca.
If John Cena goes to AEW, then he's Luca.
Oh. Well, all right, that's not happening.
That's not happening, obviously. But the fucking horrible trash. I can't fucking talk. Like, this fucking company is so fucking bad. And then the last 15% goes to the fucking fans. The fans are gay. They're not calling this shit out. They're not. They're like NFL fans. They're gonna keep watching this shit. TKO and the Saudis are like, all right, guys, we're pulling our pants down. Eat up. Fucking Travis Scott is in the fucking main event at WrestleMania. There's no Rock.
Kaiju, I just want to point out, this is why I don't give Kaiju credit. Because Kaiju's complaining about no steel chairs to the head. You're about like 18 years late.
Yeah.
They stopped that. Damn, I was fucking in diapers when they stopped doing steel chair shots to the head.
Now, granted, it would be nice to see, but that's the least amount of my problems. That is the least amount.
That's why we don't.
Like Brandon, they're living like. Hold on. Tell me, what's your thoughts on the whole TKO Cena thing? Go ahead.
Okay, TKO. I'm not stopping you from what you said about TKO. I agree with you. I can't say anything good about them right now, and this is specifically for WWE. UFC, they haven't really done much at all with UFC, which is fine. So we're talking specifically. I feel like TKO is a business. This is a little anecdote, so just you might not get the reference too much. But like, I used to work at a restaurant. I used to work at Houlihan's, and they were owned by their parent company, was called Landry's. Landry's owns the Golden Nugget casinos, so they're very good at the hotels and the casinos, or at least they did own it. They're very good at the casinos and hotels, but the restaurant fucking sucks, right? TKO, they're not that they're very good because they don't do shit with the UFC, but they're very good with the UFC because they don't have to do anything with the UFC. But they're very, very, very bad with what they've done with WWE. They, like I said, they ended the bloodline. The way they ended the bloodline was just ridiculous. Not saying because Roman lost. Roman lost. He went on a hiatus. Fine. That's fine. You want to give Solo the reins? Fine. What is Solo doing today?
Nothing. Forgot he was even on the roster.
The only time I saw Solo anything was the fucking tribute video earlier. The tribute video earlier. Like he had the Jacob Fatu stuff, which was dope for like 2 minutes, and then they cut it out. Which where the fuck is Jacob Fatu at that? On top of that, but just regardless, I'm not gonna go with too specific to people. But like, all right, you did that with the Bloodline. Gunther, same thing. Fine, you want him to lose to Jey Uso? Sleeper hold is not it. But you want him to lose to Jey Uso at WrestleMania? Fine, you can build around that because Jey Uso had, the numbers behind him. He had the fan base, but you guys definitely shit the bed with it, and then you made the fans not care about either one of them. And you made the title feel like a mid-card title, which that could be part of Jey Uso's fault because he's a mid-card. But regardless, like, not even, I don't even want to say that because Vince had this man as main event Jey Uso. Yep. Like Vince, and I don't want to shit on Vince. Like Vince had some very fucking bad moments. He had a bunch of stinkers, but he had Jey Uso as a fucking main eventer, and it was working. TKO does not have that magic. Vince, for all his faults, has magic. He has it. RJ, you mentioned it before. He loves the game. He loves the game, and
he
that's
built
why
the game.
Yeah, it's his baby.
No,
and I feel bad because it's so like TKO aside. Like I told you before we got on stream, like I know it's killing him, and I'm glad TKO put him in the tribute video. So another minor W that they're gonna need, but like I know it's killing him not to be there. He was supposed to give. He probably imagined that day for so many years of John Cena retiring. He would give him a nice big hug with tears in his eyes and all that shit. Like it's killing him. And you know what? There's something to be said about Vince is an asshole. He's a piece of shit. We know that. But like you said, he loves the game that he built. He's perfect for this thing. He's perfect to keep running it. We shit on Vince a lot, like all fans all together over like the 2017, 2018, 2019 years. Understandably so.
Yeah.
But now we look back at it and it was like that time was bad. But TKO makes that time look like fucking the Attitude Era. And it sucks because if you watch the matches, RJ, the matches are good. Everybody's got talent. They're good matches.
Yep.
But the storylines are so fucking bad that it doesn't matter how good the matches are. It just doesn't. It's like you compare it to the NFL. The NFL nowadays, you could say that they're not as good in certain ways. I think there's like you said, there's a difference in skills and talent, right?
Yep.
I'll take a thing from your book. The players now, and you're using your logic, are not as talented as the players of before, right? They're more skilled, but they're not more talented.
I think the reverse. I think they're more talented, less skilled, because they don't have to be skilled because they don't have to be trained anymore.
Fine, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Fine. Yeah, so okay, they're less skilled but more talented. So it's the same thing with WWE now, where in this case they're more talented. They're better in the ring, depending for the most part. The average matches are like on average they're better in the ring. Yeah. But there's zero storyline. Part of it could be the wrestlers themselves. They're not just as charismatic anymore. But at the end of the day, this goes to your storyline writers. All these guys are a bunch of they're like dudes in Congress. They're like old as fuck that they don't know what they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what the product means. They're just there just to be there. It's 100%. Like there's no soul, there's no love. It's just straight business. And that's why WWE's changing. Like kayfabe is gone, obviously. We have this Netflix show where they show the behind the scenes, and then WWE posts it themselves. So like everybody who watches WWE, they're gonna change it to like fit the real life model. They want it to look. Maybe TKO wants it to look like UFC because they started doing press conferences and stuff, and that was dope. Don't get me wrong. Granted, they took it from AEW, but they did a lot of dope shit, and it fucked it up bad.
Yeah.
So that's as much as I'm gonna say into TKO because I'm sure there's still more you want to say about TKO. Anyways, and then the fans, you're right. The fans are absolutely horrible, and Triple H gets a little bit more blame than 10% for me. He gets a little bit just because at the end of the day, Triple H is the executive producer. He is, which you could say, oh, it's nothing but a title, but he's been executive producer for, I want to say, the better part of a decade and a half, and there's been a lot of stinkers from Triple H, even when it was with Vince. So I think Triple H deserves a little bit more blame, not nearly as much as TKO. We can agree there, but he deserves a little bit more. I'm going closer to 15, maybe even 20. But the fans definitely deserve a lot of blame too, because at the end of the day, sure, the fans don't have power on paper, but they have power. Oh yeah, we want this, we want that, and then as soon as you get this or that, oh, we hate it. And it's like, dog, you guys are complaining about something, you get it, you bitch about it, and then it's like with the NFL. There's a lot of fans nowadays, they're like, oh, we don't want to go back to the old days where people were getting CTE and all that stuff. But then you'll complain that the game is soft. It just doesn't make sense. And then there's people like me, obviously, who complain that the game's soft, but I actually want to see people get fucking decapitated by Ed Reed and whatnot. But the fans are definitely responsible for a lot of this bullshit. I'm tired of people in sports entertainment, media, everything. The fans have power in a sense that they control a lot of shit, and they definitely deserve blame. If your favorite football team, basketball team, or anything like that suck, it's probably part of it because of the fans. Because the fans, oh, we don't want this player, we want this player, and then the owner will get that player, and then the team will suck. WWE has that same fucking problem. Shout out to Triple H for saying the fans don't know what they want, because they don't. They don't. The fans are like one big woman. They don't know what they want.
I'm not even telling you. That's a great comparison.
I mean, that's what it is. So that's as far as I would go blame. I gave John Cena a little bit just because at the end of the day.
Oh, what was your percentage? I think you said 15 to 20 with Triple H.
We'll go 65% to 65% to TKO.
All right.
Because I don't think TKO has been there. They've only been there what 3 years. They haven't been there long enough because RJ, you're right. It's going to get worse, and they haven't been there long enough to make it worse because this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. It's going to be a lot worse. I try to give them some credit after that SummerSlam and everything because it was a very good pay-per-view, but unfortunately, they fucked it up, and it is what it is. But 65% goes to them. I'm gonna give 20 to Triple H. It's a little much, but 20 to Triple H, that gives me 15. I give 10 to the fans, 5 to Cena. Because at the end of the day, Cena controls his booking. He's been controlling his booking for 10 years. You could say that he doesn't control it as much, and that's true, but there's just part of it that I can't let Cena slide with. It's super Cena at the end of the day. He's buried talent in the past. He's had some pull. Granted, a lot of that pull was with Vince, but I think he still has some of that pull. Or maybe that 5% could go 2.5 to Cena, 2.5 to The Rock. Because The Rock doesn't get that much blame only because he's on the board, but he's not, I don't think he's that involved either.
And I'm going to keep it real with you. I want to give a shout out to Vince McMahon. And this is what I was trying to tell you, Brandon, at SummerSlam. Say what you want about Vince's, we're talking about WWE specifically. His storylines had a start, medium, and finish. Whether they were bad or good or mid, they had a start, finish, or medium. Brandon, what was the finish of the Bloodline? What was it? I don't even know. It's still around to this day, so they technically don't even have it. What was the end to the fucking Judgment Day? I still think they're still a thing, even though no one gives a fuck about them. It's fucking retarded.
RJ, you have to understand, RJ, Well, hold on. I just want to point something out. There are some storylines that Vince didn't have a finish to, okay?
Like what?
Well, now, granted, they're not because he didn't want to have a finish. He just wasn't legally allowed to have a finish on some of them, such as when his limo exploded. Remember that? And then
my bad.
There's a couple of them.
The crippler.
Due to some legal issues, he wasn't allowed to finish some of them. But you're right. For the most part, he's always had a start, finish, and end. And that's what matters. All the stories came to an end, and if they didn't come to an end, they were left on a cliffhanger, it's because it built to another story.
And can I just keep it real, bro? And listen, Vince McMahon hired people who loved the company. He had Art Anderson. He had all these guys. Now, granted, they're all fucking weirdos. I understand that. I'm not disagreeing. But they love the company. TKO and the story and the writers that they're hiring, they're just doing it because they want to check. They're not doing it because they have love for it. And is it crazy to say, Brandon, that maybe Vince McMahon's loyalty to his boys and his loyalty and him wanting to just be a part of it, maybe he just got dementia and just his storylines just got stale. He just kind of lost his touch, just like Kobe his last year, just like Jordan his last year, just like LeBron right now. Like, there's nothing wrong with losing your touch, but then you just give it to these corporate whores, these fucking nerds who just know about computers. Like,
I don't know if it was given. I don't know if it was given. I think it was taken.
But you get the point.
Billionaires like Vince, they get away with a lot of shit. It's just all of a sudden he didn't get away with these things. There's a little bit of sounded a little bit like a coup if you ask me.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm sure TKO is morally responsible.
I'm pretty sure TKO has their shit, but bro, like bro, they're still living off of Vince. Roman Reigns is Vince. I don't care what anybody says. Cody Rhodes is Vince. Even if you don't want to give it to Vince, that's Cody fucking Rhodes. Hell, I'll give Tony Khan more fucking credit of Cody Rhodes than fucking TKO. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, this is bad, bro. It's fucking bad. Like, I understand Vince did a lot of fucked up things in WWE. We obviously know what he did outside the ring, but I understand Vince McMahon fucked up a lot in the ring. But you know what? I'd rather have it's like, Brandon, time out, to make a comp. Because, you got people like CEOs who say, well, the NFL fucks up, but the NBA fucks up as well too. But what's the thing that I usually say, Brandon? At least they're fucking trying. This is the difference. TKO is like the NFL. They just fuck up because they can, and they're just lazy. Maybe they're not even fucking up. They're just fucking lazy. With the NBA, they might fuck up, but at least they're trying, and you can give Vince that. At least he fucking tried when he fucks up.
And more often than not, like the NBA versus the NFL. The NBA, with a lot of stuff they're trying, there's a lot that they're hitting on too. They try so much that they're hitting. The NFL, they're not hitting. They're not.
Not even trying.
They're not trying and they're not hitting. There's this famous saying, RJ. It's called "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." I just want to point that out there. And you're right. For all of Vince's faults, Vince gave us a lot of great. I mean, we're not here talking about Cena today if it wasn't for Vince. Yeah. I mean, I think Vince. Vince deserves a lot more love than he gets, and I understand Vince is an asshole. He's a piece of shit. He's probably the devil himself. But man, it's a shame. I just really feel for Vince. I know he would love to be there for Cena's retirement. It kind of makes me sad.
He should fucking be there. He absolutely fucking should. And it sickens me. It just fucking sickens me how bad this fucking company has ruined John Cena. And this was like my final straw because I love John Cena. He's the GOAT. This is like, I'm going to keep it fucking real with you, bro. This is worse than Michael Jordan's Wizards years. I fucking said it, bro. This is worse than Kobe Bryant's last year where he was averaging 5 fucking points. I fucking said it, bro. I don't give a fuck. This is 10 times worse than Peyton Manning not being able to throw the ball 5 yards with the Broncos. This is how bad this fucking shit was. You have the GOAT retiring. You had things. This was just this wasn't a storyline. This wasn't appreciating John Cena's character. This was just, hey, we want to check them. We want to, once again, check off this box, check off that box, and have the biggest shocking moments. He wins the Intercontinental. What was the point of him fucking winning the Intercontinental Champion? I want to say that. I don't give a fuck. I'm not saying Cena doesn't deserve to be the Grand Champion, but why make him beat Dominic, who's one of your top stars right now?
Or if not, arguably the top star.
Exactly. Why? Like, bro, all their top stars, Dominic is technically is Vince McMahon. He found Rey Mysterio. And I think Dominic came in, 2019, Brandon? Vince was still...
I think Dom turned heel under Vince.
He turned Brandon. So Brandon, TKO is literally all their fucking stars are either Vince guys who Vince wasn't able to turn into stars, or they're fucking Logan Paul who was already established, Pat McAfee who's already established. You know how bad that is, bro.
Oh man, listen, WWE. I think right now they're like a new TKO's like a new GM. They're trying to like get all the old vets that were. Hold on, give me a second.
Bless you.
Son of a bitch. Oh my god, I'm so allergic to this TKO talk. Fucking,
Me too.
You know, they're like this GM that comes in and tries to like get rid of all the old vets, trade all the assets that they can, rebuild from scratch. Because TKO, they're. I think WWE, the wrestling as we know it, is done in the sense that they're, and maybe the product will be fine in their image. I don't know, but I'll say that they're gonna change the it's gonna be a lot different. It might be more reality TV than I mean, it always was in a sense, but just you have the fact that you can see everything backstage and whatnot. It's just that's goes to show they're trying to get rid of all these old guys. AJ Styles is gonna retire pretty soon too. Who else is gonna retire? All those old guys like I don't know, like a fucking Sheamus and everybody like all those guys are gone soon. Randy Orton's gone soon. Like they're respecting Randy Orton too. Like Randy Orton should have been healed.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that. Randy Orton, yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, they're disrespecting the Miz, Brandon.
Well,
like, come on, bro.
They always did this with the Miz, to be fair. So.
No, Vince McMahon had this guy in the main event of wrestling. He respected the Miz. The Miz has been fucking a joke. I love the Miz. The Miz is underrated as fuck. I will stand by that. They're just the whole identity of wrestling is going to change. It's not really wrestling anymore. It's just more. It's always like I said, it is a show, but it's more for the. I can't really describe it, but it's just going to change a lot, and you're either going to stand with it or you don't. Now RJ already said he would never watch again, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Never watching it again unless it's from 2025 and below. And I'm gonna keep it real. Unless it's from like 2016 below, I'm probably not watching it again. Right now, as we speak, I'm watching ECW One Night Stand in 2005, and RVD has the fucking just like WWE has no aura. What we saw with Cena and Gunther, we're never gonna see that. We're never gonna see these guys chant asshole the way that they fucking did. How they said fuck Gunther. The way that they did. I will put money on that.
Is it safe to say, RJ, that Cena accomplished, heel Cena accomplished his goal of ruining wrestling?
No, I feel like TK will ruin that for him.
Yeah, but heel Cena said, I am the last real champion, which kind of is the last real champion. And
I'll give him that. He's the last real champion. Maybe he did ruin wrestling, or maybe he ruined it even fucking more. And also, because I want to shit on the fans a little bit because they're fucking gay. The fans have no tradition at all. None. What happened to the fucking tradition of wrestling fans? Wrestling fans just go along with this. I'm like, yo, bro, remember this used to happen? I was telling my boy, right? He's a fucking fag as well, too. But I was telling my boy this. He was like, I'm like, bro, I'll give you two examples, right, Brandon? Number one. Remember when someone lost the title, they get a immediate rematch? Whether it's the next year? That doesn't happen anymore. Where's the tradition of that? That was built into the fucking company. You remember, Brandon, back when Seth Rollins got attacked by, it was Breaker? No, not Braun Breaker. It was Brunson, I think his name was.
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed, yeah. And then he's in a group with him. But we never got like context why he attacked Seth in the first place. It was like, oh, who cares? And I was telling my boy that. He's like, bro, who cares, bro? Who really cares? And I was like, that's the problem. That's why TKO can get rid of it, because you guys don't add context to storylines like Vince did at one point. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Like, I'm sick of this shit. I really fucking am. I want everybody that I like to retire. Who does TKO? Who's their guy? Cody Rhodes? That's not your guy. That's Vince's guy. That's fucking ROH. That's Cody Rhodes. Shout out to Cody Rhodes. He revamped himself. It wasn't TKO. Roman Reigns with the storyline. That was Vince as well, too.
I guess their guy. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be Braun Breaker, no?
They're gonna ruin that as well, too. And hell, I don't give him credit for Braun Breaker because Braun Breaker is the son of Scott. Oh well, he's the nephew of Scott Steiner.
He's a Steiner.
Yeah,
he's a Steiner.
And who found the Steiners? Vince McMahon. You can't. People listen. Vince is an asshole, but as a creator and what he did for WWE, he is the fucking GOAT. Greatest promotion of all time. Shout out to TOP for the super chat. Most fans are geeky marks that cheer for anything. Yeah, it's a fact.
Do you think there's a chance that this is just one of those down eras, like, 2017, 2018, 2019, like Vince?
No. I feel like WWE has went to the. We keep bringing it up, but it went to the. It's Brandon. I'll keep it real with you, bro. If this was, it's irredeemable, bro. It's irredeemable. It's like. It's beyond irredeemable. It's like the NFL. You can't go back to what it was. It's irredeemable, Brandon, because if this was Vince, I would say this is a down year because Vince has proven he can bounce back. He was bouncing back in 2020 with the whole, Roman Reigns thing. TKO has not shown they can bounce back, but TKO has shown that they're fucking dog shit. And once again, they have a bunch of guys who don't care about the business, the storyline, the context of WWE, the tradition of WWE. They just care about getting big checks. That's it. They just look at it like a business. They don't look at it with love like Vince and those other guys did. Simple.
All right. Well, now that Cena's done, what's next? What do you think? No, well, yeah, obviously you don't think anything good's going to happen, and I don't disagree with you. What do you think they try to do next? What do you think
I'm gonna keep real with you because we can talk about this. Who's the next Cena? There is no next Cena. But Brandon, I can't predict it because I don't. They have no. What are they gonna do? I don't know. This is just take away the fact that I don't care. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't think they fucking know what they're gonna do. So if they don't fucking know what they're doing, what the fuck do I know? What are they gonna do? What are they doing with Cody? Guys, come on, bro.
Do you think if they were to find the next Cena, let's say the next Cena just falls in their lap, which has always been possible in anything, really. It is possible. If the next Cena just falls in their lap somehow, you think that's enough to save what they got going on? Like they can save the product with it?
Two things. Number one, we have a better chance of getting invited on The View than them finding the next Cena. That's number one. But let's just go with your hypothetical. Number two, no. Because, once again, I'm going to go back to my point, Brandon. How can they build the next Cena if they never had a Cena? If they don't care about the company like Vince fucking did?
I mean, somebody that influential just falls in their lap in a sense. Like, it doesn't have to be – there's no Cena, but, it's somebody that influential just falls in their lap.
Bro, you can say they fumbled with a lot of – bro, Joe Henry was way more popular before they bought TNA. I understand he has the pop, whatever, but he was vastly popular. I thought he was next. Irrelevant.
Yeah,
irrelevant. They can't, they just can't do it. I can't, that's like taking someone who's been in the NBA and then put them in the NFL. It's like, okay, yeah, they're talented. Sure. They could probably play in the NFL, but they're not going to be able to play NFL football because they have no experience of it. And honestly, TKO doesn't care. They would be trying to find the next John Cena. They would be trying. They had the company, for 3 years now? They haven't tried once. They're just living off of old WWE guys or founded stems of Vince McMahon guys like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso.
Not for nothing. Roman Reigns is looking to retire within the next 2 years, too.
Shout out to Roman Reigns fucking retire. Hell, they're still using The Rock.
Well, The Rock's on the board. He's on the board, so.
Yeah, sure, yes, but it's beyond fucking. It's beyond.
I don't give The Rock that much flack because at the end of the day, he's just getting paid. That's all he gives a fuck about anyway.
And you know what? I don't give The Rock any flack. Suck up all the millions you can from this fucking dog shit company. It's fucking bad. And Triple H, even though I gave you some blame, I want you to leave so bad, bro. Leave this company. Leave it. And that's what I also wanted to say. listen, I understand Triple H deserves some blame, even though I don't want to. Even though I feel like Triple H is the Nico Harris, he's just a puppet. But at the end of the day, I seen what Triple H did with NXT under Triple H. I mean, under Vince McMahon, where Vince McMahon said, "Here's your baby. You take care of NXT while I worry about the main roster," and it was fucking beautiful. I don't think that's a fluke. I don't think that's a fucking fluke. I just don't. Maybe it is. I just don't think it's a fluke. And Triple H, say what you want, loves the company. He loves it.
He loves it, but not enough to, really. Like I say, he's the executive producer at the end of the day. I just can't not give him. I have to give him a good amount of blame too, just because of that.
All right, that's cool, but he's not the one writing check. He's not the one signing these fucking writers. He's trying his best with what he's given.
Yes. I don't know, man.
Like and hell, Brandon, I'll take it a step further. Maybe the niggas that he wants to hire, he can't fucking hire because they're associated with Vince, and Vince is doing all this other shit.
Kaiju, say some shit like that again. I'm
Can we say anime is better than WWE? I'm not gonna lie, Brandon. I might watch some old Pokemon over WWE right now.
Bro, I can guarantee that's not what he's watching. He's watching some weird shit. All right. I'll go into YouTube right now and time you out, motherfucker.
Bro, Triple H is the one booking the shows. How does he get a little bit? Listen, what I'm trying to say is, and you know what? Fine. You guys want to shit on Triple H? I can't defend Triple H. I just have my personal opinion. Wait until he leaves. Let's see what happens.
I won't shit on him. Like I said, I get what you're saying too. The only thing is that like it's as simple as his name is at the end of every show. It's nice. It's right there, nice big font.
I understand that, but you have to play Triple H. I feel like he is trying. It's just TKO's giving him dog shit. Like he's not the one hiring these writers. He's not the one signing the check for these writers.
Well, his best friend's one of the writers, Shawn Michaels.
And that's the only guy he can fucking hire. And I don't think Shawn Michaels is a writer. I think that's just for name. To give it legitimacy. Huh?
He's the main guy. He's the main writer, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, listen, bro. He's not you. If you think Shawn Michaels is sitting down writing storylines, I mean, good for you. I don't think that at all. Triple H writes stories. I don't think Triple H is able to write storylines. He has to take care of all the other shit. He has to rely on who TKO is letting him fucking write, and he's getting all the blame. He's like Brandon. And obviously it's in the title, but he's like a supervisor. The supervisor, he has to handle the paperwork, talk to the other supervisors, the owner, whatever. He's not the one actually working. That's the employee.
It's just a job title, just because.
Exactly. Bro.
Let me just ask: what do we do next? How do we say goodbye to WWE for like? How do we say goodbye to Vince? How do we say goodbye to all this? Like, it's just hard to just never watch again. This is part of our childhoods. We grew up watching a lot of this shit. Played the games. Well, you played more of the games than I did, but you know what I mean. We're playing the games. I don't know if you ever went to a wrestling show. I have. It was awesome.
I didn't show you the pictures I have of like Randy Orton and shit.
No, I've seen Bobby Lashley in person. What's that? See, I've seen Bobby Lashley. I've seen like Titus O'Neil. I saw R-Truth. I got to see my first ever time going to a WWE show. It was one of the live events in MSG, so it wasn't a show like a.
Oh, you never went to like a Raw?
No, I never went to like a Raw. I went to like a live event.
Well, I'm sorry to say you should. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money, but you shouldn't.
Well, it wasn't. I was a kid. My mom took me, but when I went, I got to see. It was Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Undertaker versus like Kevin Owens and two other heels, and that was what was it 2017? That was like bad part of wrestling, but it was dope as hell because I love the Roman Reigns. So this is part of our childhood, RJ. We watched it, went to shows, played games. Like, how do we just let this part out of our lives? How do we just move on? It's like the NFL.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Well, now obviously the NFL is a little different because I have a sports channel, so I have to semi-follow and stuff. But we're talking about WWE, and fortunately, thank God that I don't have a WWE channel, which means I can never watch a live event ever again and be happy. I can watch all the old nostalgia stuff, play all the old wrestling games, and be happy with my life. That's how you do it. Just be nostalgic. When you think of WWE, you don't have to think about fucking Royal Rumble in January. I'm certainly not. I'm thinking of fucking bro. After I'm watching fucking like I said, '05 One Night Stand ECW. That's how you keep it alive. You don't have to say bye to Vince. Keep watching his product.
You know, my
Simple.
uncle has like I don't know how many DVDs, like the old WWE DVDs, the ones they used to make the cool covers for and shit. He has one like that. I lost one of his. So, yeah. You know, he's not watching this, but just in case, if he ever is watching this and it comes across his YouTube, sorry.
Up,
Yeah, I lost one of his. It was the history of the Intercontinental Championship, which is a good. So I lost a good one. But he had all the old DVDs of DX, Stone Cold. You know, he had all those old DVDs that he would just put on for me, and when we had a DVD player, and like that. It's sad because like we don't have the WWE Network anymore. Like that was $10 a month that you can watch anything. You can watch all those old documentaries and everything.
Don't remind me.
You know, we got to revisit. I know you were saying that you were getting DVDs recently, right?
Yeah.
That's one of those things that you might have to invest in some old WWE tapes.
I certainly might do that. I'm not gonna lie. It might be hard to find, but I can do it. Shout out to my pops, RIP. He had a VCH, the tape things. He had the Royal Rumble. He had Hell in a Cell with Stone Cold. When Kurt Angle was out, he had Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. Where fucking Undertaker chokeslammed Rikishi off the Hell in a Cell, that match. And I think he had another tape. It was the Royal Rumble where Stone Cold won, where he threw Kane over the top rope after getting beat up by Triple H. That one, I mean, granted, I don't have a VCH tape, but, you know, unfortunately, that got lost throughout the years. But that's a good – I might start collecting old WWE DVDs. Now, granted, it's going to take me a lot of money and time to reach what Peacock has. Granted, you know, and I'm not giving Peacock and TKO credit for investing what Vince did. The WWE Network was 10 times better than what we're getting from Peacock right now. I think
Peacock's deal was with Vince.
Yeah, either way, bro. I just, you know, and also I just want to say this is, you know, just to twist the knife in you, Brandon. WWE games suck as well too. Just saying.
I mean, that's not really WWE, so it's more 2K. It's 2K's problem.
Well, they signed with fucking 2K, so fuck WWE for that, all right?
You can blame them for that. I mean, that was Vince anyway. That was Vince, by the way.
Vince didn't know what he was doing, all right?
Listen, Vince didn't know what he was doing. Get the fuck out. Yo, did you see that video I sent you on Instagram earlier? It was like, oh, Vince was low-key racist. I'm like, low-key? You sure about low-key?
Yeah.
Low-key my ass. This nigga. Did he say?
No, Brandon, can I talk about that too? What wasn't this Netflix? Not to cut you off. Wasn't this Netflix thing be like, hey, we're going back to the Attitude Era? What the fuck has any of this been Attitude Era? They're literally Attitude Era would have showed them saying fuck Gunther. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Well, they were supposed to be rated R originally, and they decided to go against it. They were supposed to be TV-14, but TV-14 really they just don't give a fuck. I guess TV-14 is supposed to be a little bit more edgy, and it is slightly, but like not nearly as much. You ever saw those videos that was like, oh, how we all thought Netflix was gonna have a WWE, and it's like Roman saying, "Nigga, you don't deserve shit" to Cody Rhodes. Yeah, that shit was hilarious watching. But like,
what
Vince
do we
would have done
get
that shit, bro.
What do we get now? Like, it fucking sucks so bad, bro. It's kind of the same thing with the NFL right now. It's like I used to, you know, and I was just talking to my boy about this. I said, you know what's crazy is that they got Benoit here. Wow, I'm surprised that they had his match, but is this the match where fucking Eddie? Oh, I remember this match, but my bad. I'm watching.
He got happy thinking about Vince's product right there.
Exactly. Well, I don't think Vince will want to claim Benoit, so.
I think. Do you think he? Well, yeah, he did start the PG era, but like, you think Vince like? How do you think he feels about the Benoit? Obviously, he was upset because you know what happened. Why wouldn't he be? But it's just like, you think he does claim Benoit in a sense?
I feel like Vince. Now this is Now, this is talking about it as in, like, there's no conspiracy that Kevin Sullivan killed Benoit. But I feel like Vince is like, Benoit was an anomaly in that he shouldn't have to change his whole company from that. Because
Well, that's why he ended
no
that story.
other wrestlers done what Benoit has done.
And it wasn't because, by the way, this is why they stopped steel chairs to the head, even though that's not why it was. Everybody thinks that's why it was because CTE and steel chairs to the head. It wasn't. He was just a piece of shit. If he did it, he was just allegedly. He was just a piece of shit.
But go ahead. So I just gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Go ahead. But at the end of the day, I definitely want to look at more documentaries. That DVD, man, I still gotta find that fucking DVD. I left it at somebody's house. But that DVD, the history of the Intercontinental Championship, which, by the way, when RJ comes back, we gotta talk about, is the most important belt in WWE history. Right? It's even more important than the World Championship because the Intercontinental the mid card is super important. It's like in the NBA, right? Everybody wants to be the star. Everybody wants to be the Jordan, the Curry, the Kobe, all these things. You want to be LeBron, but you need your role players, and that's exactly what the mid card is. The role players. You need the United States Championship isn't as important, but you need the Intercontinental Championship for sure. And a lot of the most there's a lot of guys who are like way more talented than the world champions, but they aren't world champion material. They just can't speak on the mic. They don't fit the part. Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, probably the greatest Intercontinental champion ever. He fits the part perfect for an Intercontinental champion because, like, he's great on the mic. He's great talent, but he just something about him just doesn't rise to the occasion for a world champion, and that's why he was perfect for the Intercontinental. The Miz obviously was former world champ as well, but obviously I think he's probably top 3 Intercontinental champion. I mean, I don't think RJ would fully agree, but I'd put him there just because. Oh, I was saying how, speaking of documentaries, right? So I really do gotta find that tape because it's a really good documentary, the history of the Intercontinental Championship. Because you know how important the Intercontinental Championship is, RJ. It might be more important than the world title itself. I was talking about how, like, yeah, people want to be, they want to be the Currys and the Jordans and LeBron and the Kobes, but you also need your role players. And there's no role player more important than the Intercontinental Champion. You can survive without the United States Championship, but the Intercontinental Championship is, I think it might be more important than the World Championship, RJ. All time.
I wouldn't go that far, but I definitely would agree. It's way more important than the tag titles and the fucking US title. I will say.
Tag titles is more for show. Tag titles are for guys like the Dudleys, which we'll never have again. We'll never have a Dudleys again. Who retired a few years ago. So, W them for retiring and leaving TKO product too. Even though they're just old. That's why they're retiring.
Also, by the way, what are they doing with their tag division as well, too? It's dog shit. Oh my gosh.
After the Usos, became singles guys, they didn't really need the tag.
I can't even name one tag team in WWE right now. That's not fucking No, I can't. I really can't. Besides the New Day, which is Vince once again.
Well, we have women's tag, RJ.
I can't even name that shit.
I think I don't know. But I think the Intercontinental Championship is important because, like, the reason why I say it's more important than the world title, right, is because obviously if you don't agree, that's fine. It's a hot take at the end of the day. But, like, there's a lot of guys, RJ, that they have world champ talent, they have world champ mic skills, but for some reason they just don't rise to the occasion as a world champion. I think Chris Jericho's the perfect example. Chris Jericho's great on the mic, he's great on the talent, but as a world champ, he just doesn't fit. Something about him, which is why he's perfect for the Intercontinental title. You get what I'm trying to say?
I mean, that's a great, like you said, a great role player can be a great role player, but you got to have that superstar, and the superstar will always be the world champ. Like, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, like, without that role, like, without role players that mattered, you just have 2018 Braun.
I understand that. Like, prime example, Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon had one of the greatest Intercontinental. Well, I know you're not a big Shawn Michaels guy, but they had one of the greatest Intercontinental Championship matches ever in a ladder match. no one in their right minds will put that match in their top 10 greatest matches of all time.
You know, it's funny. I just want to point out you treat the way you think. I feel like you think of. I think of Shawn Michaels like I think of Klay Thompson. I don't.
I don't know. You saying Shawn was overrated? I'm like,
It's because Shawn. Like, there's just certain things about Shawn. All right, like I feel like a lot of it came down to like towards the end of his career, right? Like obviously he has the greatest match of all time, which is him and Undertaker at WrestleMania.
2 of the greatest matches of all time.
All right, he has 2 of the greatest matches. Oh, he also didn't he fight? Didn't he wasn't he a tag team partner with God at one point? Something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Ben, that was horrible. Probably the worst one ever.
That's how you know Vince is just a piece of work. Oh shit! Only Vince can do it. Anyways, Shawn Michaels, like, he had his time, you know, at one point where he was like on top, whatever. But like, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to like DX, right? I think of Triple H a hell of a lot more than I think of Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
You look
Triple
at
H is on the all-time list. In my personal, Triple H is above Shawn.
And also, like, you think of one of his biggest rivalries with Evolution, like, I don't know, man. I don't think of him first. That's my thing with him. Like, he's whenever I think about the greatest parts of things, the parts of WWE history that he's been part of, like, he's not the one I think of. Like, when I think of Undertaker and him and Undertaker at WrestleMania, I always think of Taker. You know, it's Taker's streak. It's Taker doing impressive shit. You know, obviously Shawn Michaels is great. He's a great talent, but like, I don't know, something about him. But that's just me. Everybody feels different about that.
Yeah. You're not gonna say, "Oh, if you replace Shawn with this man."
Oh no. Hell,
like,
you put Shawn Michaels on those Warriors teams, they probably still win.
All right, go. Moving on. I should never fucking say that. Moving on.
Oh shit.
Listen, Brandon, this company's just going downhill. I'm jumping off ship with John.
I think you're like jumped off ship.
I think I jumped. I was trying to like it because it was Cena's last fucking go, but once I just can't do it anymore. And just take away Cena. I like Gunther. I have no faith they're gonna do anything with Gunther, and they already kind of ruined him by having him fucking do this dumb shit with Jay. I fuck with what's his name? Dominic. You have him lose to Cena. I fucked with the Judgment Day in the fucking what's his name? The Tribal Chief. Done nothing with it. Absolutely nothing. And Cody's boring as hell. I like Cody. He was way more once again, it goes back to tradition. Let's be for real, Brandon. Not every title run for baby faces were always long. They weren't fucking long. You know how the long title runs? It was the bad guy because you need the good guy to go after the bad guy. You need them to watch something.
Which is why the storyline with Roman Reigns in the end was
amazing.
As great as it. Yeah, because Cody winning at the end, granted I wasn't happy with Cody winning, but Cody winning I think it was so great because Roman held that title for 3 years?
3 years. Now it feels like Roman, it feels like Cody's held it for 3 years.
He's lost it twice.
Yeah, he's lost it twice, yeah. But bro, Cena winning it was cool, but then when Cody before and after Cena, I don't really give a fuck about him having the title. I don't. This is me personally.
When it comes down to Cody, Roman having the title for 3 years, right? It was awesome. And it's also with the fans. They're like, oh, well, it's boring. He always wins the same way, man. You know, they always come in and they help him. My God, he's a heel. He's a heel. They're going to find whatever way they're going to win. That's just how heels work, all right?
People watched. People still remember it.
You watched every single one, and you complain about and bitched and moaned about every single one. And when he lost his title, guess what? Guess what you were doing? Complaining because, Cody's boring. So it's like, it goes back to the fans not knowing what they want. But yeah, I will say, like, having Roman hold the title was important, right? Cody, like you said, it feels like Cody's had it for 3 years, and he's only had it for he's lost it twice, and he's had it for, what, almost 2 years or something like that?
And other than Cena, can you name me something memorable that he's done with the title?
mean, he gave Kevin Owens a match. I think that's the one. I'm trying to think of the Cody Rhodes rivalries post WrestleMania.
Post other than Cena,
he gave face Kevin Owens a title match. That's all I can think of.
That's it. I just found out he was beefing with Drew McIntyre, and I like Drew. They ruined Drew McIntyre. That's another one. I don't care. I have not like Drew McIntyre was on top. Bro, he was like Vince McMahon rebranded Drew McIntyre when he beat Brock at WrestleMania. Oh my gosh, I marked out. I fucking love McIntyre. What the fuck has McIntyre done since Vince has left? He hasn't even held the Intercontinental Championship or the U.S. title. That's disrespectful.
I also feel like McIntyre is also one of those guys. Like, maybe you won't like it, but for me, he's one of those guys that he can be a world champion, but I don't know. I just kind of don't like him as well.
Okay, fine. If you don't want to be, but Brandon, you can't give him an Intercontinental Champion. You can't give him a U.S. title and turn into say what you want about Matt. You can agree with me. McIntyre has it. That guy's a natural fucking heel. That guy's You can agree with me on that.
Yeah.
So like
he always was, even when he was 3-man band.
But listen, bro, I'm just saying, like, bro, me personally, and this is just an idea, but you can't give this guy the U.S. title and he'd be like, fuck USA, I'm making it the United Kingdom or whatever title. But he would be perfect for that. But instead, it's like, oh, we're going to have him beef with Sami Zayn. And then just job out to Cody Rhodes.
What about LA Knight? I know you don't like LA Knight that much, but what about LA Knight?
I like LA Knight. They're not doing shit with him.
I was saying, I thought you didn't like him like that. Like, not that you didn't like him, but like
he's all right. He's all well, yeah, he is kind of boring, but he has potential. There's nothing. They're not doing anything with. TKO's just not doing anything with him. I forgot he was on the fucking roster.
Besides how they handled the John Cena retirement tour, right? Besides that, what do you think Roman hates? I mean, Roman. Well, I guess that's my answer. But what do you think Vince McMahon hates the most about TKO's product? I know he's hate watching hard as fuck.
Cena, Roman.
Besides those two.
Okay.
Oh, wait, it's a little much.
Drew, I think. I'm gonna keep it real. Go ahead.
Do you think he's upset that they got Brock back for essentially nothing?
Yeah, I think he's pissed off about that too. I think he's pissed off about the Judgment Day as well too, because that was his baby. That was his baby as well too. People forget about that.
And the Judgment Day, like, that WrestleMania where Edge came out to basically come back as the old man and put belt to ass, like, Judgment Day was fire at one point. Now it's just like,
maybe Edge left because Vince wasn't there anymore. He's like, nah, I ain't letting y'all fucking run this shit.
Well, Edge.
Oh, I got a good one. Yeah. And you're gonna be mad as fuck you didn't say this, even though it's recent. He's pissed off he wasn't able to introduce his wife in the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Oh. Man,
yeah, I feel like he's pissed off about that.
That's Secretary of Education, by the way.
Yeah, look, I just think Vince is just pissed off about how WWE just looks now.
You know who also took a back seat after TKO?
Who?
Maybe she was forced out, but I don't really know if she was forced out or she decided to step down on her own. Stephanie. Stephanie took a big back seat. She's more like she's more behind the scenes ambassador now.
Yeah, I think she took a step down, especially after she took a step down when her dad got caught up. I think it was in the documentary on, what was it, Netflix or some shit?
But I don't think it's just because of that. I think she just, Stephanie was, nobody talks about it, but Stephanie's like very important in the context of history because, obviously that's her dad, but just in the sense that there's a lot, like John Cena, for example. If it wasn't for her with the Dr. Thugonomics thing, now I don't know how true the story is, but if it wasn't for her saying, "Oh yeah, rap, roast me in your rap," if it wasn't for that, we don't have John Cena. John Cena would have been cut. He would have been right now fucking, I don't know, he would have done enough steroids to die at this point, probably. Like Stephanie was very important in the context of history too. We gotta give some W's to Stephanie.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like this. It's just this company is so fucking like horrible. Like like Brandon. Brandon's my witness because obviously I was talking to him, but Vince is definitely hate watching him. Yeah, it's a fact. I said to Brandon, I said, Brandon, I might cry. I might shed a tear when Cena retires. They literally sucked all that They literally just took a big vacuum to my emotions and sucked all that shit out. There was a part of me that was upset Cena left, but I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, it's like I'm literally nitpicking everything about Cena's final match. Everything. And it's like, it shouldn't be like this. It's just bad, Brandon. It's like TKO is just bad. And you know what? That's a perfect name, TKO, because he's just TKO WWE.
Terrible.
And I'm just sitting back thinking, like I'm watching old shit, Brandon. I'm like, bro, where's there? Just like the same. It's like the same. It's the same thing with WWE and the NFL. And maybe that's the problem, Brandon. Maybe the WWE is just too big where they don't have to care anymore. They're just lazy as fuck now. They just don't give a fuck.
Like are they serviceable, RJ?
Absolutely not. In my eyes, they're not.
You know,
Brandon, I unsubscribe from Netflix because I don't want to be associated with WWE. Now, Grant, I would
unsubscribe from Netflix regardless.
I don't watch anything on Netflix. I mainly subscribe to Netflix for the Raw. I don't give a fuck about it anymore. I just don't. Like, I told you, if it's not from 2025 downwards, I'm not watching it. I'm not fucking watching it. Just like
when John Cena comes back to with Travis Scott in WrestleMania in a few months, you know, I don't want to see you watching it, RJ.
I won't be. Trust me, I won't. And that's gonna even piss me off even more because it's like, bro, you went through this whole retirement tour just for this asshole to come back for fucking what?
I mean, it will shock me. They disrespected the fuck out of the Undertaker the same way.
Exactly.
I mean, the Undertaker should have been rest in peace. You know, fucking pun intended. Like, been like, and then they brought him back for what? They made him go through surgery so many times to bring him back. Like, let that man rest.
Exactly. Fucking horrible. Let the man rest. Please let him rest.
There's a reason Kane is you know is a mayor. He's like he ain't coming back. All right, he came back once, I think, in the last twice, maybe in the last decade.
And I'm gonna keep it real. Like, and I know you're gonna laugh at me for this. I'm still pissed off about what they did to Karrion Kross, bro. That guy had so much fucking potential. I actually fucked with Karrion Kross, and you just let him walk out the door and job out to Sami Zayn. Now, granted, I have no problem with him losing to Sami Zayn at Night of Champions or in Saudi Arabia.
It didn't make sense, though. It didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. I gave it, but I let them fucking get a pass. And at SummerSlam, you job him out again.
Clean. Each time. Clean.
Like, fuck.
Like, remember, he was trying to, part of the thing was that he was trying to, like, make Sammy turn heel or whatever. So, like, you could have had Sammy did something not so babyface to win the match. To just build up suspense and be like, all right, well, sure, Kross lost, but he's winning the mental battle. He could have done something, but they just had him lose clean, what, 3 times?
3 times in a row. You could have him win. Like, and you want me to believe that they're going to help the next John Cena? Are you out of your fucking mind, bro? They probably even know who the next John Cena. They don't even know who John Cena is. You think the owner of TKO knows who John Cena is? Like, come on, bro. You think he's ever had a conversation with who gives a fuck about this guy who waves his hand in front of his face?
I'm curious. Who is the owner of TKO? I'm going to look it up.
Like, it's fucking garbage. Thunder lost? Wemby beat the Thunder?
Wait, what?
Wemby beat the Thunder? Hold on, I gotta look this up. NBA.
No shit.
Oh, let me look it up. Thunder.
Wow. And we missed it. It looked like a good game, too.
Wow. Oh, shit.
Hey. Listen, hold on. Okay. I know this is a wrestling stream, but you know, I think we beat as much as Dead Horse. But let's finish the wrestling topic real quick. Hold on. I'm
Okay.
trying to see who's the owner of. The owner is Ari Emanuel. All right, he doesn't have a Stein or a Berg in his last
His
name.
name is Ari.
Like Ari. Yeah, I guess R.
By the way, I'm just looking to see right now. Your boy came back 22 points, 9 rebounds. Just saying.
He doesn't have a Steen or a Berg in his name, so that's interesting. Well, it's a group. That's the other thing. You think maybe part of the issue too is that it's a group that controls it too? Because TKO is like it's a board. It's not even like one guy.
Too many fucking retards. Too many retards who don't care.
Probably too many yes men. Too many everything.
Yeah, too much everything. And they only care about their money.
Let's just say goodbye to the WWE, and Vince. Vince, may you rest in peace.
And you know what, Brandon? I'm gonna say this right here, right now. And I don't know, and I'll even do it by myself if you're not down. I'm watching an AEW fucking pay-per-view this upcoming year. You guys heard it here first.
I'm good. I mean, maybe if we end up doing like some type of wrestling stream, maybe I'll watch it. But other than that, I'm good. AEW
or
they still have this
year. Mm-hmm. Listen, AEW, yes, there's storylines and stuff, but the wrestling, okay, I won't go that far. I can't.
They still have the spirit of wrestling, but like,
it's bad. I understand. Yeah, I understand. But their wrestling's fucking dope. I will say that. But I'm gonna say this: I'm gonna buy me a Elgato X, and me and Brandon are gonna do a fucking franchise mode in wrestling. Do a WWE universe where we commentate the wrestlers fighting each other, talk about anything. We're gonna do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of watching the Royal Rumble, in a couple months, he's gonna watch the full Kane Royal Rumbles with Gain, Cocaine, Raising Cane.
Absolutely, 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Which I keep watching. I watch that shit a lot now. I just keep replaying. That shit's funny as hell.
We're talking about so what was the Warriors' record? 72-9 or some shit?
72 and what the fuck? 72-8? 72-10.
72. I thought it was 72-9. Someone Rozier, what was it? I don't remember all the time.
And the Thunder tied the greatest start of all time at 24-1.
I saw that. Ironically,
they would, yeah. But I wanted them to. All right.
Damn, that means we got your favorite player versus your favorite team. That's tough. Oh shit.
Hold on. I realized Brunson's my favorite player. Brunson's still my favorite player.
Okay, your non-favorite basketball player.
My non-favorite Nick.
I don't know if Wemby. I don't know, bro. Wemby might be your guy, bro.
Wemby's my guy, but like Wemby's my guy. But Brunson's listen. When I watch Jalen Brunson play the game of basketball, it's like there's like fucking same thing for Wemby, but more with Jalen Brunson, just because Jalen Brunson. Remember, Wemby's tall as fuck, and not saying he's not talented. Obviously, he's talented, but Brunson doesn't have the benefit of being 8 feet tall. When I watch Brunson, I see like doves and light all around me. Like the man, as gay as that sounds, 73-9 they went. Gay as that sounds, like the man personifies basketball to me. All right, but anyways, I'm gonna watch my non-favorite Nick versus my favorite team, favorite player, and everything. I wanted OKC to win. As much as I don't fuck OKC, I wanted OKC to win because I wanted us to beat the team. Like Portland beat them this year, fine. They needed to lose one anyway, but whatever. That was some bullshit. Whatever. I wanted to be the team to beat them when it mattered, which the championship of an in-season tournament matters in that sense. I wanted that to happen. Also because it's an early finals matchup if they were to make the finals and we make the finals. It's an early finals matchup, and also OKC's been beating our ass for the last few years. But this year, the Knicks, like you watch the Knicks, it's different. And it really is different. We feel complete as a team. I agree. And I wanted to see if we were actually ready to compete. Even if we would have lost OKC on some bullshit. Like, I just wanted to see it. Now we got to wait a little bit longer. Especially in a setting that doesn't matter. Now, I'm glad we beat the Magic when it mattered because everybody's like, oh, well, if you guys see the Magic in the playoffs, which we all knew that was going to be some bullshit already. We all knew we were putting belts to ass if we did. Same thing with the Pistons. Like, listen, the Pistons, good. Yo, I'm happy for Cade Cunningham. I don't care for the Pistons, but like I'm happy for Cade and whatnot. But we know it's belt to ass if we see them in the playoffs. Everybody needs to stop this shit. Cavs. It's belt to ass no matter who we play in the playoffs. We're running through the East. At worst, if we don't win a championship, at worst, we're winning the entire East. But I wanted to see us win it. But I can live with us beating the Spurs too if we beat the Spurs. I can live with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good ass fucking game. I will say that.
It's Tuesday.
Is this Tuesday coming up? I'm definitely watching that when I get home.
Let's see. NBA Cup Finals. What time? It's got to be 8:00. Well, it's Vegas. It's 8:30. Okay, so I'll be back from
Jiu-Jitsu
class by then. Yeah, I don't have jiu-jitsu. I have Muay Thai on Tuesday, so I'll be back way before an hour before, which is fine. I assume we're probably not hopping on the game because we're watching this game.
I'm calling you, bro. We're watching this game. Commentary for fucking commentary, bro.
That's fine too. That's fine, but that's gonna be a game. That's a lot better than both the NFL and the WWE
combined.
Kaiju says, "So do you agree? Do you agree with my theory about dinosaurs?" Listen, Kaiju, I'd rather hear you speak about Moses parting the Red Sea and fucking begging for the aliens to let go of his people than watch the NFL or WWE at this moment.
Oh, what did Kaiju say? Do you agree with my dinosaur? Do you agree with me about my dinosaur theory? I think he said dinosaurs didn't exist or something like that, which I'm not totally against.
I don't know. I wasn't alive.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. But
theories like that, I don't care enough to care about. I really am the real chief.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna disagree with that per se because if you look at like a T-Rex, it makes no sense how they're figured. Like they have all this weight towards the front, but little weight towards the back. How would they be able to stand up? Which kind of makes sense.
Well, don't they have big legs and then they have a big tail to counteract it with little arms in the front?
Yeah, but it's like the way how it's formed. It makes no sense to me. I'll say that just me personally. It makes no sense. Like you will never convince me that a fucking an asteroid came to the Earth and killed them all. Like in a 1 in a million chance, an asteroid came and just killed all the animals that we can't kill, allegedly. I don't believe that at all.
That's got to be more believable than Moses telling the aliens, "Please let my people go."
The fact that that's lumped in there with that, like, just know how, like that sounds just as crazy as that. I'm not even joking. It sounds just as crazy as that. So it's like I'm not.
I was in the chat listening to that shit, bro. That was some bullshit. Yo, but not for nothing. I don't know. I mean, let's just say the bones are real. There's no guarantee we know how they were put together. Only God knows at the end of the day.
No,
of course.
Real. But I do.
Real, real. Sorry, go ahead.
But giants are real though. Like giants are fucking real. That's a fact. So like, it could have just been giants, and they just don't want to admit that giants existed.
I mean, giants. Yeah. I mean, I don't know the kaiju, but I'd rather listen to this kaiju's theories than watch whatever TKO's got in store for us for the next. Well, however long.
Since I got you on stream, nigga. Since I got you on fucking stream, can you fucking bro? You hear what Kaiju says about theories, but you call me fucking crazy, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
You know what's funny? I screenshotted something earlier too. I screenshotted something I saw earlier. I forgot to send it to you.
Like, bro, like you and CEO call me crazy, but you listen to Kaiju and all these other people. Like, come on, bro.
I'm gonna read it to you because I forgot to send it to you, but I screenshotted that comment. Right, it was like this page about New Jersey. They were like, oh, there's a McDonald's near me that's closing down. I'm sad. I used to go there all the time.
Okay.
And somebody in the comments like, oh, so I don't eat. I was like, good. It's all cancerous, whatever. We don't need those McDonald's, right? Which is fine. W them. And he said, somebody else was like, oh, I don't eat there, so I can't really say much. I haven't eaten McDonald's in 15 years since I found something in my burger, right?
Okay, I like where this is going.
So he says, since I found something in my burger with 3 dots. And then the comment replies to him, fuck, I don't even want to read this shit. Probably child bones, LOL. I don't know if you ever heard this conspiracy theory, but people think the trafficked children they do their satanic sacrifices are chopped up into the burger meat and served at McDonald's, LOL. That's like level 5 conspiracy, though. And then somebody says, I'm way ahead of everyone on that. That's why I stopped all those years back. I'll cook my own at home with local grass festival beef.
Gosh. Hey, you know what? When you read that, did you think of me automatically?
I screenshot it on purpose. I knew. I was like, shit.
When did you screenshot that? I'm surprised you didn't send it to me.
I forgot. It was earlier today. It was like. Oh no! It was actually at 1 a.m. It was at 1 a.m, and I forgot to send it to you. But yeah. I was like, shit! It's not just RJ.
Listen, man. He found something in his fucking food, Brandon. Come on.
I found 2 other people. I don't know. I don't know this person. They're probably bullshitting. That's like. Now I found you and 2 other people. So that's 3 people that I've seen say this about something in their food.
So, Brandon, when you find like children's nose in your fucking Burger King, that's when you'll fucking believe me, bro.
Listen, we talked about it for hours at one point playing Fortnite. Hold on, Kai just said Trump and Israel.
What did he say?
He said Trump and Israel was holding a crystal ball, and all of a sudden, all the planets started to have an aura, especially Neptune. What the fuck does that mean?
I was making a thumbnail. What this nigga say? Trump and Israel were holding a crystal ball, and all of a sudden, the planets started having aura. Especially, what do you mean aura?
Like I think when he means aura, he means like the glow around them.
Nigga, they always. Okay.
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, they rain diamonds there, RJ. Come on.
All right. Well, Brandon, I just want to let you know. I just want to let you fucking know. You hear that? And you call me crazy for my fucking theory about this. Like, come on, bro.
I did say
I'm not saying you gotta agree with me. All I'm just trying to say is, RJ, you bring up good points. That's all I'm trying to say.
I did say that it was plausible. I said that it's not a 0%. It's not 0% that it's not happening if there's no humans in any meat. I didn't say there's 0%. I just said not. You think it's like 15%, which is way too fucking much. But it's not 0%. I'll agree with you there, and I agree with you that in your ground beef or your ground pork or whatever, your sausage, they say it's like whatever it is, but it might be like chopped up rats that they just found on the side of the street. It could. I agree with you there.
We can agree it's not the meat that they're telling us it is. We can agree.
I can agree that some of the meat they say it's not what it is, like hot dogs and shit like that you can't really prove. I could agree there.
Okay. Listen, Brandon. Just
maybe TKO's the one putting them in the meat.
Bro. Listen, if you want to keep eating meat, that's on you, bro. I'm just saying, like, just know you're eating something. That's not. It's not what it says it is, bro.
I eat chicken. So.
I mean, it's probably they make artificial chicken now. I just want to let you know that.
That's not the worst thing in the world. I get my 40 grams of fucking protein off my chicken breast and not call it that.
And you never know what they're doing.
Not for nothing. I eat pretty clean. Since I've been dieting, I eat pretty clean. Like I eat throughout my day, I probably eat like 2 boiled eggs. I eat a can of tuna, which tuna could be dolphin, but at the end of the day, it's something from the sea. I have Greek yogurt with some blueberries, and I'll mix in some protein. And then for dinner, I have a baked potato with some broccoli and a chicken breast. I eat pretty clean, so I don't think I'm eating humans throughout my day. Kai just said maybe aliens is making our food. Think about it. The head of CEO Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup said he'll never eat his family, so that means it's not real chicken, but it's addictive. Yo, bro, what the fuck are you saying, man? Like,
Kaiju, why can't you accept the fact aliens don't exist?
Najee said, would you be a pescatarian? Sure, if seafood wasn't so damn expensive.
I don't know what a pescatarian is.
It's basically like you're just eating seafood. Like you only eat seafood. You don't eat you don't eat meat. Disgusting. Or like fish. You don't like fish?
No, I never liked fish. I never liked the sea. Like the sea, like I don't understand like the obsession with. Like, great, if you like it, okay, cool.
I know you don't like certain things from the sea, and because of mercury levels or some shit like that. Something. I think me and CEO were saying. I think CEO was telling me why you didn't like it, or that. Oh, because you said it wasn't that it wasn't. It didn't. Doctors said it was linked to cancer or some shit, right?
What's dialysis and it fucks up your liver and shit like that.
I mean, which is possible. Now, granted, it's only a subset of doctors, and everybody's gonna choose their doctors at the end of the day. You're gonna believe something, and I'm believe something, whatever. I think it's possible. I just don't think it's like the overwhelming majority. Like if you eat bottom feeders, like
even back in the day, like they will literally give prisoners lobster They would give prisoners lobster
Yeah.
because they're like, you guys are filthy. You guys can eat whatever the fuck. So at one point, lobster was shamed upon. Now it's looked at in this retarded society as like, oh my gosh, it's a fucking you paying $70 to fucking eat lobster. It's like, what
I
the fuck?
actually knew that. Yeah, I knew that. But when I'm talking like if I'm a pescatarian, or let's say I'm a pescatarian, I'm eating certain foods, certain seafoods. Like if you do this research on salmon, salmon's pretty healthy overall. There's some parts of it that's not great either. Like there's a lot of metals in your seafood as well that you shouldn't have. But like salmon's pretty good if you eat what else? I would probably stay away from shrimp just because shrimp is obviously a bottom feeder and it's not as clean at all. But I know you would never. You would
My bad to interrupt you. You said the Knicks play
Tuesday.
They play Tuesday against Wemby, right?
Yeah, it's the championship. That's at 8:30. There's a lot of things I wouldn't eat in the sea. Like I know you definitely never put fucking octopus in your mouth.
Never.
You probably won't want to fucking look at it. Let me see.
Also, I just love animals, so I just don't do anything like that.
Which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also like it's very hard to eat. I mean, nowadays in general, it's very hard to eat clean. But
oh no, I don't eat. Now, granted, I do have a way how I eat my food. Now, granted, though, ever since Thanksgiving, my diet hasn't been bad, but like I've been eating more. I still fast, but I eat like a little more now because it's holidays and shit like that. I need to get back on my shit next week. But I don't eat healthy. I just fast. I just fast basically for 24 hours. 8:30.
I know you don't eat healthy because you said, "Oh yeah, I have some frozen foods and shit like that." I'm like,
yeah. So like, but fasting does help.
Yeah, fasting. I mean, like I told CEO on Discord, I was like, fasting's easy when you're poor. It's easy.
Yes.
I mean, I probably get like a good 14 hours. I don't really stress it too much, only because I have a weird routine. But as long as I keep my calories low, I'm good. But like I said, so I just said I'll never eat crabs and lobster again. It's fucked up how you murk them. Well, sure. I mean, I guess that's any animal, or person in this case.
Yeah, thanks.
Kaiju, they're taking Kaiju, they're taking some of your bum cousins from the side of the road and just like taking a toe from them, putting it in your fucking.
I suppose Kaiju is they're feeding us aliens.
I think he did say that one time.
But I don't know why it's so hard for him because I find it hard to believe that we're the only ones in the universe. Well, no, you have dogs and cats and shit like that, Kaiju. Duh.
I mean, I have a theory that cats are also aliens, but that's whatever. That's different. But I think I understand when people were like, oh yeah, it's hard to believe that we're the only ones in the universe. But there's also the other case where, all right, well, if there's aliens out there and they would have the technology to come see us already, how do we not know? Unless they live amongst us. But now we're just getting into lizard people shit.
But I'm gonna just keep it real with you, bro. Are we sure the universe is real? Like we all know NASA is cap, and that's where we see the quote. Like, isn't it funny how back in I just saw something. I think the time when Neil Armstrong landed on the thing. RJ is a lactose vegetarian because he doesn't eat eggs, but he eats and drinks other dairy products. Okay. I don't know. Okay, that's fine. They did Egyptians eat back in the day in the biblical days. No, they didn't, Kaiju.
I don't even know what are you talking about. They did, like the aliens created Egypt.
So like people, can I say something real quick? Like the fact that people believe what the government says about Egyptians is beyond retarded to me. How like you can write anything now and say, "Oh, look at this alien ship right here." It's not fucking true. But then you have people like Kaiju believing it, like watching Ancient Aliens or like fucking some shit on the Discovery Channel. It's like, bro, it's like this shit is like, bro, if it's on TV, like it's propaganda, my nigga.
I mean, they do it on purpose. What was it? I want to say 2 years ago. No, before the presidential election, there was a report that Mexico found some aliens, and then they put some pictures out, and they had like a big meeting or like I don't know. They had a big gallery thing for the quote unquote aliens that they found, and it was in Mexico, and they were like all the pages were posting it and shit like that, and it was just interesting because at the same time the biggest topic that week was that Hunter Biden was subpoenaed and was supposed to go to
Yeah,
court.
my point exactly. Anytime some crazy shit like they're dropping the age of consent or Hunter Biden's over here molesting 5-year-olds. Oh my gosh, look at these aliens in Mexico. Like no one finds that sus.
I mean, how are we gonna find out? We don't go to Mexico.
Egyptians were aliens. Just look at when Hurricane Katrina happened. There was a shit ton of UFOs came to our planet. Kaiju, show me pictures on your phone of these aliens.
How the hell do you link aliens and Hurricane Katrina? I don't know. Yeah, but I will say too, as far as there was something that there was something I remember New Jersey, we had a couple, what was it, last year I think? We had all these drones in New Jersey. And I don't know if you heard about it. We had like a lot of drones in New Jersey.
I think you told me about that, but I don't remember the story.
I didn't see much of them, but everybody around them saw us. So like they were like, yeah, I saw them. We had a lot of drones, and everybody was like, oh, it's aliens, it's aliens, it's aliens. You know, obviously the media's gonna be like, oh, well, alien sightings. But and the down low, supposedly, now granted, government, you can't come at me. I just heard this from a source. You can't. RJ, if you found out I committed suicide with like 10 bullet holes in the back of my head, just know I'm not suicidal, at least not now.
They're going to come after me first before they come after you.
I'm just saying, because supposedly on the down low, they were looking for radioactive material that went missing. That's why there was a lot of drones, because drones have scanners for those things. They were looking for radioactive material in New Jersey because we have a port. We have 2 ports, if I'm mistaken. We have a big port. We have a very big international airport as well. So we have a port, like water, and then the airport. And they were looking for radioactive material, but everybody was like, "Oh no, it's aliens! It's aliens! Aliens!" We all know it wasn't fucking aliens. It was drones. We know what drones look like. They're in our fucking country. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
so
facts.
That was a big story last year.
Yeah, have you guys heard the zoo theory? See, this is too much for you guys to handle. No. What zoo theory?
NFL fans in a nutshell.
Yeah, NFL fans believe in fucking aliens and shit.
Like I said, I ain't gonna say it. You know what?
Smoking, bro.
As of right now, the Earth is flat and we got a firmament around us. Let's just go with that. I'd rather believe that at this point. I'm not saying.
Hold on. I can't. Shout out to Brandon for this. I can thank you this because you just said this a week ago, basically now since it's 12 o'clock. Kaiju has no internal monologue percentage.
He fits the study of the internal monologue percentage where supposedly, now granted, it's very, very, very hard for me to believe this, but it's not hard at the same time. Like, it's hard because, like, RJ, I can be like, yo, do you think in your head? But yeah, I talk to myself in my head. And I have no way of proving that. I can't fucking read your mind. But I can believe that there are bots among us. And it's just very... Now, granted, I'm one of them at work. I think, personally, I don't think he thinks much of anything. Gabby saw him the other day. He was like, so he's supposed to stock shelves. And he put one bag, and then he stood on front, like he put it in the shelf. And then he stood there for 30 seconds doing nothing. Not on his phone, not moving another bag, just there, stood there, rubbing his stomach, standing there. Grabbed another bag and did it after, and then stood there for another 30 seconds. Now, either he was just stealing time, or this nigga is a real bot and he just has no thoughts in his mind for real. Now, shit like that is scary because you think everybody has thoughts in their head, that they could talk in their head. And then you can't really grasp the concept of not being able to do so because we've been doing it our entire lives.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Kanye. I wouldn't say Kaiju falls into that fucking category because clearly he has some thoughts in his head. He just look at the shit he's saying. But it's definitely very fucking scary to think about in a sense.
I actually believe it 100%. I think now granted, you brought up, you just proved it, but I think I remember I told you my 3 types of people, the 4 types of people, the fearless idiot, the robotic, and I said the blow in the wind people, and those are, I honestly feel like there's a lot of blow in the wind people, and that's the majority, and you saying this, I 100% believe because, like Brandon, even like with you, like, I mean, you can probably tell I probably have too much internal monologue because of the shit I fucking think of. So, and then you probably call myself talking to myself as well too. But I'm gonna say this right now. the fact that people believe that, like, people can't sit back and think like, wow, how the fuck can we discover more outside this earth and then what's on this earth, and how people believe that, the majority of people believe that, that makes me think what you looked up is absolutely correct. I truly believe that.
Kaja,
Like, this is
Kaja, I don't think you're a mindless idiot. I think you're an idiot. I don't think you're a mindless.
but listen, like, what, it just doesn't sit right with my conscience. Like, you're basically, like, this internal monologue thing is basically kind of like having a conscience in a way. You feel
And
me?
that's the scary part, because I don't want to take it too biblical. Everybody doesn't always believe, but you know what they say about Armageddon's like when after the rapture, everybody gets saved, or whoever gets saved and whoever doesn't get saved, they lose the Holy Spirit, meaning they don't have a conscience. They don't know right from wrong. So that's
Yep.
why they start looting and killing and doing all these things, and it's just scary to think about, because those people live amongst us today. Those people into 2020, 2020, doesn't matter. They've lived amongst us today. They probably lived amongst us in the past. Like, it's just scary to think about. And there's a lot of fucking idiots in the world. Like, there's a lot of idiots in the world who have the monologue, and there's a lot of idiots that don't. But like, in a sense that when I'm talking idiot, like, I mean the people, oh yeah, men can get pregnant and shit like that. And I'm not making it political. I just mean in general, like when you can't use common sense like that.
What's up, Daniel?
Like, it starts to get a little scary. Like, oh shit, you start thinking maybe not this far, but it starts to maybe think about the end of times, like shit like that. It's just
it's saying the society's going down. It sounds like you're saying the society's gonna end.
I don't think it's
said that. You know what I'm saying?
When you said that, I didn't think it was exclusive to the United States. It's not. I don't think it's exclusive to the United States. I think it would be everywhere. It would be the world.
Well, yeah, I say United States because that's where we live, obviously, and we talk about the United States. Like, if it was in fucking United Kingdom, which is on the Western, I would say United Kingdom as well too.
Yo, I'm watching UFC right now, and Giga Chikadze, a fighter in the UFC, his leg, and this is scary because these are injuries that you don't think are big. Just real quick, that it's fucking bothering me. He got kicked so hard in the leg that his muscle created a hole in his shin, and it's just profusely bleeding. And nobody thinks about your legs, because the amount of artery, you have a big artery in your leg that, God forbid, you get stabbed or shot in it, you bleed out. And in your shin, he's just bleeding and bleeding. And it's like that night. I don't want to say it like this, but like, I'm sure you saw the Charlie Kirk video. Yeah. And the blood looks exactly just like that blood. Like, it's bad. That's one of those things you got to just stop the fight. I know it's just a leg kick, but like, that's one of those things you just got to stop the fight. That's just shit like that is scary. But you know what? He looks like he's not in pain, and part of that's adrenaline. But maybe he just doesn't think in his mind, RJ.
Yeah, it's a fact. I mean, Brandon, I believe the whole theory. I believe the whole thing full-heartedly. Thank you so much. Now, Brandon, you opened up my mind. Just speaking anecdotally, like, there was like this one girl I talked to, and I asked her, I'm like, so we were talking about the space thing. I said, you honestly believe it's more easier to find things and to travel outside this world than it is to on this world? And she said, yes. That's some of our internal monologue.
Wait. And she said that it's easier to believe things that are outside this world than things inside this world.
It's more easier to discover things outside this world than it is inside this world.
How the fuck does that make sense?
Brandon, because she has no internal monologue, nigga. Like, bro, shit like that used to piss me off, but now I understand. It's like, these niggas, there's 50%, maybe even more, Brandon, we don't even know, that don't have a conscience.
It's like saying, I know more about what's going on outside. You know what? Whoa. I just thought about it. I was going to say, like, if I never step out of my apartment and I say I know what's going on outside when I've never been outside my apartment, but not for nothing, when I say the internet isn't real, that's exactly what I mean too. Like, you got a lot of people who swear things are going on in real life. Like, oh, this is, like, for example, you look at politics. People are like, oh, this is happening. This is happening. And a lot of these things, like, you go outside, get a job, touch grass, and none of these problems that supposedly are happening really affect you. But you're inside all day, every day, and you don't go outside, but you swear you do. So you're discovering shit outside without even knowing that it's true, but you don't even know what's going on in your own home, because you're not in reality. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but like, that's the same people. Damn, what a fucking knockout.
What is this, a fight night?
Oh my god, yeah, the last fight night of the year. Oh my god, he can't even stand up. The one that fucking was bleeding out from his leg.
Man.
Oh my god, it's nasty. The
Well,
leg and
this
the foot.
idiot theory is too much for y'all. If that's the case, we can include Mike as being a mindless.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. I mean, there's a reason he fucking humps the air, says, "Oh, Kaiju, Abdul, like
TRL.
yeah, no, and that's not me because I don't care about Mike to say I hate him. I don't hate him. I don't care enough about him.
He hates you for
But,
some reason. I don't know why.
whatever. But this thing, he doesn't even know why. So in that case, he's mindless. But
Well, no. He's a blown one. He hates you because other people said things they dislike about you.
but that's like half the chat. But he said grass is. What's up, YTC?
What's good, YTC? How you doing, bro? YTC, I implore you to go back and rewatch this stream.
Yeah,
for the WWE parts.
R.I.P. Vince McMahon and John Cena.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like Brandon either. Why don't you?
But Kaiju, you just proved RJ's point. Because you said that about Mike because Mike doesn't, because of what things he hears. You just did the same thing because you just said that right now because Mike doesn't like me, which is fine. I don't care. But it's just proved his point. But anyways, this girl that you said, she says it's easier to discover things outside than inside, which doesn't make sense. And that's exactly the people on the internet. They think they know what goes on in real life, but they spend all day, every day on the internet. And those are the mindless people. So you know what? That's why I said the internet's not real. It's full of mindless people. They're full of bots. And those bots, again, live amongst us. Maybe one of them is my coworker. I can't prove it, but
a lot of bots. Yeah. YTC, I retired with Cena as well, too. I retired months ago. I just watched this just because Cena was last match. I wasn't going to miss it. But, yeah.
Hold on. Let me ask you, did you do the You Can't See Me as well?
Huh?
Did you put your hand up when he said this one more time for the You Can't See Me? He did the Final Shuffle?
No, I didn't. I didn't even hear him say that. I was just watching.
You didn't put your hand up for the Final Shuffle?
I did do the salute when he came out. So
that's all right. I guess that's something. But
I did clap when he did the last salute.
All right, that's fine. I did the last
salute. Don't blame me. Blame TKO, all right?
I thought you were going to put your hand up like for the You Can't See Me. I did that shit too.
Also, just like to cover about the end of stream. I know you said 12:30, but what does he say? By the way, YTC, what do you think about WWE now was right? What? I think Kaiju wants so much credit for this WWE thing. Some of that blame on me because he did say WWE was trash. And I'm like, nah, WWE's all right, but
he got it by association. Just like I tell you, he was hating it when it was the Bloodline too. I mean, sure, I give him that he stuck with it. How about that?
Okay. I mean, you did bring up a good point. He did watch a lot of WWE this year with his top thing. Whatever.
What I'm saying, his fucking top channel, like.
But you know what? I was number one. So shout out to Kaiju for always listening to the Unfiltered Sports podcast. All right, subscribe. All right, Kaiju, fuck your acknowledgement. Yeah, shout out to YTC, man.
But yeah, I'm trying to think about like these people that are bots and whatnot. Like you start to think like the people in your life, like. I'm sure you have a coworker.
Absolutely, 100%.
Or that girl. Maybe she.
Complete fucking bot. My two coworkers, bots. They're all fucking. Everybody's not. The select few people who are not bots. Now, granted, I do think people with internal monologue. There's wise people, smart people, and dumb people with it. But at least like you, I think you're dumb, but you have internal monologue. At least you're able to sit back and say, you know what, RJ, there is facts that there is DNA in human products, and it is you're at least like saying it makes no sense how we can discover more things outside the earth and on it.
I have two fun things to tell you.
All right, go ahead.
First, I want to read what he said. He said, "How am I so rent free that you need my validation, Kaiju, for if WWE is good or not, or are you that much of a narcissist?" And Kaiju says, "Don't be a bot, YTC. Be free like me." Anyways, there's one thing I want to say because it just came to my mind. Did you know that the man, he's an Asian man, by the way, the man who has the highest IQ currently in the world, did you know that he recently, not so recently, but maybe like 8 months ago, came out and said that he believes in God?
Doesn't shock me.
The man with the highest IQ in the world says he believes in God. and that Jesus died for sins and blah blah blah. Everything, the whole
Mhm.
night. And there was a lot of bots in the comments saying, "Oh, he has the highest IQ, but he's so dumb, blah blah blah. He's so dumb that he believes in God." You could say you don't believe in religion. That's one thing. If you don't
Yeah.
believe in religion, and you say that religion is dumb or whatever, go ahead, because religion obviously is I want to say fake, but you know what I mean. It's manufactured.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean faith. Faith and religion are two different things. You can be faithful without being religious. I'm sure you are, just like I am.
Agree.
You can be very faithful without being religious. Based on the Bible, we're all Christians, technically. If you believe in God,
It's not
Christian.
Moses wasn't a Christian.
Huh?
Moses
No. I mean the people who like. Well, yeah, okay, but I mean like the people like us. We're technically Christians on that under the fact that we believe in Christ, but or maybe you don't believe in Christ specifically name, but you know what I mean. But it's hard to say, oh, I'm not. I don't say I'm Christian because I'm not part of a Christian church, you know.
Yeah.
But a lot of the bots in the comments, you know, whether they have internal monologue or not, it's a whole other case. They came at the guy saying, "Oh yeah, he's so dumb, yet he has the highest IQ ever because he believes in God." That's one thing I wanted to bring up as far as the internal monologue. You start to think, I'm like IQ doesn't mean just because you have a high IQ. Well, obviously he has the highest, so obviously he's smart enough to have it. But IQ isn't the end all be all. But the fact that people with like an 80 IQ will tell this man who has 160 IQ that he's not smart because he believes in God just kind of shows that they don't have any thoughts in their head, period.
They're bots. No internal monologue.
Now, here's a different topic outside of monologue. This would be the last one because I think this is a fun one. I never got your opinion on this. But Gabby recently got mad at me, right? Because when I recently just got my license. You know, I finally stopped being lazy. I went to the DMV. I actually got it.
Which I could have sworn like 2 years ago you got your license. I could be
I had my permit. I just didn't feel like going to the DMV.
Okay, my bad.
I finally went to the DMV, got my license. I finally have a license. I have to go back and get another one, but that's besides the case. I have a license.
Yeah.
But I'm a registered organ donor.
Okay.
Now, Gabby's partly true. They're not going to let you die in case so that they can have your organs. Because that is medical malpractice. They'll get sued. They'll get fired. They'll get prison, all that stuff. They can probably get away with it every now and again. But there is the theory that they won't care for you after an accident so that they can get your organs to give to other people. What do you think about that theory?
Okay. So
if you're an organ donor because you give permission based on the law, you have permission on your license that you're an organ donor, that they'll be like, all right, well, we can't save him, so we'll just let him die, or we'll give him 5 minutes and then we'll take his heart.
Okay, you kind of lose me here. All right, so you're an organ donor for just a random person?
No, I'm an organ donor. Like if I die, the hospital can take my heart.
Okay. Now you're okay. So you're saying like feel like you get into like an accident, a car accident.
Yeah, they can take my eyes, they can take my heart.
Praying that you don't. They'll be like, oh well, you know, we can take this guy's organs, so we're gonna say, oh, you know, we couldn't save him, something like that. Like
yeah,
I believe they probably do that.
Kaiji, fuck you. He said maybe that's the meat they're feeding us. I was gonna say that too.
Hey, listen. It would not shock me, but is that why she's pissed off your organ donor?
Yeah, I mean, granted, I don't care. If I die, God forbid it happens in an accident or anything, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not using it. If I can give it to somebody else. That's how my mom got 2 kidneys and a pancreas based on accidents. You know, God bless the families and the rest in peace to people who died. But
I think when my dad passed, my sister gave his organs to another person, and it saved like 2 people.
I'm saying, at the end of the day, you can save a lot of people with the tissue in your body and all that stuff. But there's the theory that the doctors will let you die in order to get your stuff. Now, I don't think it's as cut and dry. Like, they will try to save you, but they won't go to the very, very, very extent to do so. Which, at that point, you're going to die anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But there's the theory that they just let you die to take the organs. There's 2 things, though. Do you think, because, you know, your conspiracy as far as meat and humans go, do you think there's something that ties with that? And also, do you think that this is how the black market gets a lot of their organs as well?
A lot or any?
Something we never talked about, the black market.
A lot or any? I don't think a lot, but any, yes. I do believe that's probably how they do get it.
Well, a lot of their organs probably come from traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably homeless people as well, too.
Let's just throw something out there. Let's take all these conspiracies and throw it at once.
All right.
A kid gets into an accident. Not a kid. A person gets into an accident.
Okay.
The doctors, they let him die because they need the organs. They give the big organs like the heart, one kidney, and some tissues to some people, right? And then the other kidney and the pancreas and all that stuff, they'll sell it on the sides of the black market. And if this is like a John Doe, for example, like they don't have any family claim the body, they say they put it into mass graves, but how do we know they have a nice big hole dug? Maybe that's the meat. Maybe that's the meat that they, you can put three theories at once.
Yeah, it's a fact. I'm not disagreeing with that. So is that why she's mad that she's gonna be eating you in the next couple of years if you fucking die or some shit?
Well, if God forbid I die, Gabby might eat me in a burger.
No,
that's besides the case. Yeah, it's crazy. I told my mom, I was like, please, when we cremate you, I don't think I can give anything to my brother because he might smoke you. But like,
just a question.
It's good.
Just a question. Oh, go ahead. No, I was gonna ask. Like, do you tell any of your friends or family about my conspiracies at all?
I think me and Will talked about the meat thing one time. If anything, it would really just be Will.
Oh, Will.
Yeah. Well, you never talk. You asked if I never talked about what?
You never said my space theory.
No, because I think I don't care about space enough. I care more about the oceans part.
Okay.
Like the oceans. We don't know, because you are right. We don't know if we don't know about 70 or 80 or 90, whatever the fuck about our oceans. We don't know.
83%.
83% of our oceans we don't know anything about. We don't know about 75% of a lot of the world is still undiscovered. We don't know about our rainforests or our deserts. Because we're
discovering more outside the Earth, though.
We know about diamonds raining on Neptune. They rain diamonds and it rains sideways on Neptune. We don't know fucking about what's in the ocean or what's in the desert or the rainforest, and we don't even know if Area 51 is really Area 51.
Yeah, it is what it is. But anything you want to say to wrap this up? I still think Antarctica has a secret rainforest under the earth, and there's a secret bunker in headquarters. Antarctica, I feel like Antarctica is a big distraction, to be honest with you.
The secret bunker in Antarctica, they have technically Antarctica is owned by 10 countries.
10.
The United States has part of it. France has part of it. Russia has part of it. China. But at the end of the day, and they do have the bunker with the seeds. About the germification, whatever the fuck it's called. God forbid there's no trees, we can replant the trees and shit like that. Which not for nothing, we could do that, but there's a lot of things that's supposed to.
I don't know. I just feel like Antarctica is just a big distraction. That's just my opinion, but
it's got a bunch of fucking penguins.
See ya. But Brandon, is there anything you want to say to wrap up this good WWE stream? Thank you, CENA.
Thank you, CENA. Yeah, from we went from talking wrestling, talking about you and me. Thank you, CENA. CENA gave us a lot of stuff in our childhood, and not for nothing. Post WWE, he's still gonna, he's got Peacemaker. I know you don't watch it like that, but he's got Peacemaker. He's got movies coming out. CENA's still gonna give us a lot of things. He's still gonna be doing stuff for the kids and everything. So we thank you for everything he's done so far and what you're gonna keep doing. And I'm sorry that that's the way your farewell tour went.
Yep.
But even Kobe.
And by the way, thank you, Vince, as well too.
Even Kobe only won 13 games in his farewell tour. So
yeah.
One of them was against the Jazz, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vince, because without you, none of this would be possible.
Yeah.
From back, you took what your dad had at one point and you just fucking exploded it into the biggest. At one point, wrestling was the biggest thing on earth, and it's synonymous. The reason why WWE will never fail, never really fail completely, is because you made it synonymous with the word wrestling, and for that, you made a lot of people happy. You're you're a fucking rapist and
A weirdo.
a weirdo and pretty much a piece of shit. But we still thank you nonetheless. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Listen, Kobe still back to Kobe. Kobe had an incident in the Utah hotel.
Who cares, bro? He wins his games in 2K.
Exactly. He won his games in 2K. He has 5 rings,
Yeah, who cares, bro?
And he got sacrificed, in 2020.
Yeah,
bro. It is what it is. You'll probably be sacrificed pretty soon, Vince,
Yeah. Just like Brunson. I don't give a fuck if Brunson raped the bitch. If he wins the fucking title with the Knicks, who gives a shit, bro?
Exactly. At the end of the day, he's king of New York. He does what he wants.
Yeah.
But Vince, thank you very much. Rest in peace. I know you're not dead, but you kind of are in a sense.
Yeah, facts.
That's all we gotta say. Thank you, CENA, once again.
Until next WWE stream, and until tomorrow, peace.